Good evening, football fans, and welcome to our coverage of the Michigan High School Football District Finals, live on the NFHS Network, presented by the Gratiot Isabella Technical Education Center School Broadcasting Program. Tonight, the DeWitt Panthers have come to town to take on the 9-1 Mount Pleasant Oilers. Tonight's game is a rematch of last year's district final that was won by DeWitt. We'll talk about that game a lot during this game tonight, but this year is different. This game is in Mount Pleasant, and these two teams have seen changes on both sides of the ball that will make it interesting to watch tonight's game unfold. And with that, we say welcome to Community Memorial Stadium. I'm Brenton Scobie, and I'm really excited to be joined once again this evening by Jack Irvin. And Jack, you were on the sideline for this game last season. What do you see going differently tonight compared to last season's game?
What I'm going to see going differently is you're going to see more of a rushing attack by DeWitt. Last year, DeWitt had Ty Holtz, they had Tommy McIntosh, they had two other really good players that all went on to play at the next level. So you're seeing more of a rushing attack, and you're going to see DeWitt basically having an old school running formation. They love to run. They love to run the single wing, but it's also built off of other multiple formations they love to run too.
DeWitt deferred after winning the coin toss, and they'll kick it away to Mount Pleasant. Going to be a really good night here for high school football. Some rain throughout the afternoon, so the field is wet and it is continuing to mist. So it will be interesting to see if the teams throw the ball in the mist or if they stick to the ground.
And what I really want to see by Mount Pleasant, the run defense, hasn't been really their strong suit this year. So I really want to see the defensive line step up and play big tonight.
So DeWitt getting ready to kick it away. Here we go. The district final is underway at Mount Pleasant. It's a kick. It's going to drive Humphrey back about to his own goal line. He'll bring it out. Humphrey breaking through tacklers. Still driving out to about the 25, and that's where the Oilers will start on offense.
And with another big plus from Mount Pleasant is Matt Humphrey, I've been told, is back 100% healthy, so he's really going to pay dividends in this game.
And he broke his collarbone, actually, in this game last season in the first half. And I think if he would have been in that game, that game would have been a little bit closer. But he's back tonight, and if I were him, I would be ready to give my all to DeWitt after breaking my collarbone in this game. Brochuk has Humphrey with him in the backfield here to start tonight. It's going to be a pitch to Humphrey to open the night. Out onto the far sideline, out across the 25. And it's going to be second and 4 coming up. Looks like they'll give him 7, actually. It'll be second and 3. But a good first down run there for Max Humphrey.
And I'll say this about DeWitt. They've been into a lot of track meet of games, a lot of high-scoring games. And, their defense, I feel like, is still their strong suit. But in a way, this DeWitt defense, they're used to playing high-scoring games.
Humphreys in the backfield again here on second down with Borodachuk. They're going to throw it out to Scooter Polk, and that ball skipped in low, and it's going to be up 3rd and short.
If you're loading Borodachuk, you can't do that. Scooter Polk was wide open on that quick stop route. I saw Coach Matt's frustration, and, it's tough. In this game, a lot of nerves going. And, you just got to see Borodachuk get a better throw.
So 3rd and 3 here to open the night on the first drive of the game for the Oilers. Brochuk dropping back to throw. It's caught on the sideline. It's Griffin Phillips out across the 30-yard line. He'll get the first down for the Oilers.
And what I saw in that play is Mount Pleasant taking advantage of DeWitt's off coverage. So they like to play a lot of off-man coverage. So, those stop routes, those short 5-yard routes are really going to pay dividends in this game on offense.
That was a big first down for the Oilers to pick up to extend this opening drive and keep that DeWitt defense on the field. We'll see what they will do here in terms of scoring tonight. Throughout the season, they've been a pretty quick scoring team. At least early in the season, they had drives that were like 30 seconds long and scoring touchdowns. So we'll see if they take some more time tonight. It's going to be another throw to Polk out on the edge. He's got some room, makes a move on defenders, still going! And he's pushed out at about the 49. Big play there from Scooter Polk, and another Oiler first down.
Yeah, you see that out route by Scooter Polk, gets it for a nice first down. Great drive right now for Mount Pleasant. They're really moving the ball.
Scooter Polk won Saginaw Valley League Player of the Year, so pretty best player in the Valley, putting it on display tonight. And Scooter Polk is in the slot here on first down. They're going to throw it to Polk again. He's got a block on the sideline from Aiden Klein. Gives his defender the stiff arm, and it's pushed out inside the 45-yard line. I think that was Travers Moore who got the stiff arm there from Polk. And Scooter Polk having a good night so far.
I think that was probably the same play Mount Pleasant just ran. It's if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They're really taking advantage of that off coverage.
So the Oilers having pretty good consistency moving the ball here on their opening drive. They look to continue that here. Humphrey in the backfield again. They'll pitch it to Max Humphrey. He's going to bounce it to the outside. He's going to give the stiff arm, lowering the shoulders, still going down to the 25. And they'll move the chains again. Another Mount Pleasant first down. But it's amazing to have Max Humphrey back in the backfield after him being limited for the last couple weeks. Great to see his playmaking ability back out there.
You start to see Max Humphrey's breakaway speed. When he gets open room, hold on, because it's going to be hard to bring him down.
DeWitt's going to take the timeout. We're going to take that timeout with him. We'll be back after this short break.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. The Oilers moving the ball with good success on their opening drive of the night. They've moved it all the way down to the DeWitt 25, where they started inside their own 20. And they're threatening on the edge of the red zone here. They've used a good mix of running with Max Humphrey and throwing to Scooter Polk, so we'll see what they'll do here on first down.
Now you've seen Mount Pleasant starting to get into their heavier personnel with their T formation. Oh, now they switch it up.
They're going to hand it off to Humphrey. It was Polk who handed it off, and Humphrey's got room! Max Humphrey's going to take it to the house! Touchdown, Mount Pleasant!
Great jet sweep by Matt Humphrey. Takes it, doesn't really see the hole at first, then just explodes for a great touchdown. Wow, that's a great drive by Mount Pleasant for the first play.
And that's huge for this Oiler offense. I mean, they lost 50-26 last year to this DeWitt team who lost some key pieces. And what a first opening drive. You said it, Jack. They moved the ball really well, and now they got 6 points. And Tyler Hutchins getting ready to tack on the extra point. The kick is up, and it is through. The Oilers lead it 7-0. We're going to take another quick break, and we'll be back right after this.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. The Oilers just took a 7-0 lead after a good first drive, just under 3 minutes long. They moved it right down the field and punched it into the end zone. So it'll be interesting to see how DeWitt responds. So Hutchins, who just knocked through the extra point, getting ready to kick it away to the Panthers.
It's going to be real interesting to see how this game turns out. It could be a shootout or it could be, a blowout. So let's see what both these offenses can do.
Brandon Beckner and Charlie Windsor back to receive for the Panthers. Pretty good crowd on hand tonight despite the not the greatest of weather. And the kick is muffed inside the 5. Windsor's going to have to bring it back, but he won't quite get to the 20. Tough play there from Beckner, and then the Oilers special teams got down there and dropped him. And now we're going to see this DeWitt offense come onto the field.
And what you're going to see is DeWitt offense use. They're going to use Bryce Kearns a lot. He's number 8, one of their better players from last year, and he returns this year with a lot of hope and a lot of good stats. And, you'll see him play quarterback, you'll see him play running back, and you'll also see him play wide receiver.
Elliott Larner in the backfield here to start the night. It's going to be a handoff, and he is going to be dropped at the line of scrimmage. Good defensive pressure there from the Oilers. It was Abram Larner, who got dropped there at the line of scrimmage. And I know you and I had talked about it before the broadcast started, Jack, as to how Mount Pleasant's defensive line would play tonight. Pretty good statement there on the first play.
Yeah, that's just great discipline. Mount Pleasant's trying to catch him with that motion and that counter action. Then A.J. Dennis makes a great play. Starting to see that single win. Yeah, here we go.
It's going to be a direct snap to Abram Larner. And he's got a little bit of room on the near sideline. Still going. Polk trying to chase him down. And he stumbles on the turf down inside the 40. Good run there from Abram Larner. And it's a big big second down gain there for the Panthers.
Like I said, you're going to see a lot of that single wing action by DeWitt. They love to run. That's probably their best formation, in my opinion. It builds a lot off it. What I mean by that, you can run play action, you can run a lot of motion, counter, anything you want, really. And you're seeing Kearns now. You're seeing Kearns as a quarterback.
So Bryce Kearns getting ready to take his first snap of the night. He also plays wide receiver. It's going to be a direct snap to... And he's going to break free! Layden Tabor's going to take it to the house. Touchdown Panthers on their third play of the night. And DeWitt is an extra point away from tying this game up.
I'll say this. This year, DeWitt's offensive line has been their strong suit. That's a great play by the offensive line. Makes that big hole for the running back for a big touchdown. And wow, third play of the night for the Panthers. And they're already into the end zone. Braden Soltis, their kickers, only missed one extra point this season. On to attempt it to make it 7-7. The snap, the kick is up, and the righty is going to drill it. It's 7-7. DeWitt answers quickly, and it's 7-7 here in Mount Pleasant. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back right after this.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. DeWitt just tied the game up. Drive that took them about a minute and a half, and they've already made it 7-7, so we might be in for a track meet tonight. So see what the Oilers do in response. They had that great opening drive and marched it right down the field and scored. See what they do on this one.
What you're going to see in this game, it's going to be a four-quarter game. You know that. DeWitt is a very good program, one of the best in all Division III and all of the state, in my opinion. Same with Mount Pleasant. So, both teams, you have to be preaching, guys, it's going to be a four-quarter game, so you got to keep your heads up.
Humphrey and Polk are back to receive for the Oilers. We saw this on the opening kickoff of the night. DeWitt is huddled around that tee, and then is going to spread out. Kind of interesting, but it's what they like to run. Soltis getting ready to kick it away for the Panthers. It's a high kick, and there is a flag down, and it looks like they're going to flag the Panthers for offsides. And it'll push them back 5 yards for the next kick. Offsides against the Panthers. 5-yard penalty. So we're going to have another kick. It'll be interesting to see on the second drive if they go more to Max Humphrey. He had a couple pretty big plays there on that first drive, and he scored the touchdown. So we'll see if they go to him more or continue to incorporate Scooter Polk into the receiving game. So Solis is going to get a second attempt here at the kickoff.
And DeWitt this year, they're a different team in a way because, they've lost a lot of players from that senior class last year. For example, I think they have 2 freshmen that start on this team, which, you don't see that a lot at a Division III program. But, getting those younger players more reps and more games makes them better. And I think they've been getting better every week, in my opinion.
So Soltis' kick this time is another high one. Humphrey's going to field it inside the 10 and bring it out. Out across the 30. Still fighting Panther defenders. Trying to shake loose. Good return there for Max Humphrey out to the 38. Tell you what, if that guy would not have held on for dear life and waited for a teammate, Max Humphrey might still be running. And that's the playmaking ability we've seen all year from number 10. And it's nice to see him back at full strength.
Yeah, it's great to see Max Humphrey. Last year really broke our back when he got hurt. I think it maybe would have made the game a little bit closer. But, yeah, it's great to see him back. I think he's even better this year.
The senior has committed to Louisville to play baseball. Playing in possibly his final home football game tonight. If the Oilers win, they stay at home. So another win, another home game. But here's Baroychuk with Newbecker in the backfield. It's going to be a throw to Scooter Polk. He's going to make one. Oh, great hands tackle. Great tackle there in space. And Scooter Polk is going to be dropped after only a gain of 1.
We'll say that was number 8, Bryce Kearns. Great play, but I think that was just missed blocking by Mount Pleasant's wide receivers.
Either way, a great job making sure Scooter Polk couldn't shake loose and get extra yardage. So 7 minutes here to go here in the first quarter between Mount Pleasant and DeWitt. Tied at 7. 2nd and 9. Baroychuk rolling. Throwing downfield. He's got a man open. It's Banaski, and it's through the hands of Caden Banaski. He had him open. It was a little bit high, and now it's going to be 3rd and 9.
I saw it too. Broden Baroychuk, just misses Banaski on that play. I saw him open on that flag route. But, another 3rd down for Mount Pleasant.
So big 3rd down here for DeWitt's defense to get this Mount Pleasant offense off the field, and likewise for the Oilers to stay on the field and continue this drive. See what Coach Mack draws up here. We'll be keeping tabs all night on the game that's going on in Fenton between Linden and Fenton, the other 2 teams in Region 1. But here we go, 3rd and 9. Baroychuk dropping back. Pressure coming. He's got to step up. He's hit. And he's brought down in the backfield. That was number 66, Matthew Neffin, on the sack. And now the Oilers will have to kick it away.
And what I saw there is, Matt, I think he was trying to get it to Humphrey, but it was covered. And, when you're not covered, it takes, it's very hard to try to escape the pocket. So 4th down for Mount Pleasant.
So Logan Baroychuk, quarterback, getting ready to kick it away. It's a high snap. Baroychuk is going to have a low kick, and it's going to take a good Mount Pleasant roll down inside the 30. Still rolling down to about the 25. And that's where DeWitt will start on offense. And last drive, they struck in just 3 plays. See what they do on this one. Landon Tabor. I believe that was his first touchdown of the year on the ground, so kind of cool for him.
And more about Dewitt, I have a ton of respect for him because, of their head coach, Rob Zimmerman. He's been here ever since '99. He's only missed the playoffs twice, so think about that. He missed it in his first year, and in 2005, he's just brought so much tradition to his program. He does it in great ways.
It was Max Holtz there on the carry up the middle, and he barely got back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Second and 10 coming up for the Panthers from Dewitt. Tackle by Wemagwans, number 15.
Kenny Wemagwans made sure he couldn't get past the line of scrimmage. So here we go, 2nd and 10. Halfway through this first quarter between Mount Pleasant and DeWitt. So we get a direct snap to Kearns, and he is met. He hit a wall of Oiler defenders. Couldn't tell who hit him. But wow, somebody plugged up that hole. It looked like it might have been Blake Moore. Now, big 3rd down here for the Oiler defense.
Great pursuit by Mount Pleasant. I saw, Kearns takes it for that nice run, but, he's met by a big hit by Mount Pleasant. Now he got it. It's 3rd and 8.
So just like the Oilers had on their last drive, another big 3rd down here now for DeWitt. It's Kearns in the backfield. He's going to motion everybody to his right. It's going to be a handoff. Banaski trying to wrap him up. He can't get there. Zetterberg brings him down from behind, but not before he gets the first down. Abram Larner on the carry there. And a good first down run there for the Panthers. But there are some flags.
Yeah, flag on play. I was just about to say.
Probably some holding. And that is exactly what it is. It's going to back the Panthers up. Tough break there from the Panthers. They got the first down, but brought back from a penalty. I think one of the big things here for the Oilers tonight, last year that game was down at Grand Ledge, so a bit of a bigger presence of DeWitt fans at that game. But tonight this game is in Mount Pleasant. I think they need to take that to their advantage. You got a pretty good crowd here on this Oilers side of the field. Student section out in big numbers as usual. But DeWitt brought a solid number of people, so already a really good atmosphere for some high school football here in mid-Michigan.
I love about DeWitt? The Zim Zone.
Pretty good number of DeWitt students on the far side of the field. Kearns rolling out, looking to throw. He's got a man. Scooter Polk in pursuit. It's picked off. Great play there from Scooter Polk to jump the route, and the Oilers will get the football back in DeWitt territory.
Great play by Scooter Polk. Kearns rolls out that play action pass, goes deep, number 7. Polk was able to trail him and get it. It's a great play by Mount Pleasant.
Also a great job there from Scooter Polk to wrestle it away from the DeWitt defender. And he's had a really big impact already tonight, and he just gave the Oilers the football back. And just when we thought this game might turn to a track meet, 2 big defensive stops by both defenses, keeping it at 7-7. So now we'll see what the Mount Pleasant offense does with good field position. See if they take a shot downfield here. Aiden Klein was first team offense in the Saginaw Valley League. He's got single coverage here on the near side of the field. It's going to be Polk in the backfield again. He's going to fake the handoff to Humphrey. He's going to look deep. And there's holding. Oiler fans not happy, and the flag comes in from behind. So, obvious pass interference there from the Panthers. And the Oilers will get the first down.
Yeah, you use Scooter Polk as a quarterback on that play. The thing about Scooter is people don't remember this. He can throw the ball really well, actually.
I believe he is the backup quarterback for this Mount Pleasant team. So, and showing off that arm talent there, I think that if there wasn't the pass interference, I think Aiden Klein could have caught that ball and possibly taken it to the end zone.
Yeah, you're starting to see Mount Pleasant try to take shots downfield. They're trying to test DeWitt's young secondary for big plays.
Steelers will have it on the 33-yard line. And now, another 1st and 10 for the Oilers. It's Klein on the near side of the field again. Now they're going to motion some guys.
Yeah, you've seen that by both teams. DeWitt does a lot of that pre-snap motion, and so do we.
It's going to be a direct snap to Scooter Polk. Trying to bounce outside. He's going to break one tackle. Still going. Inside the 10. 1st and goal, Mount Pleasant. Great effort there from Scooter Polk in the Wildcat formation. Mount Pleasant pulling everything out of the bag of tricks so far tonight, and it's going to be first and goal.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of creative play calling by Coach Matt. Used the Stuart Pold as a Wildcat quarterback on that motion. Has used Humphrey a lot. Has used a lot of his skill players. He's trying to utilize his players to their maximum potential.
Again, we had mentioned we'll update you on the Fenton-Linden game that's happening in Fenton tonight. We'll give you score updates as they come. Broychuk. And the ball's on the turf. Who has it? There's a drop snap. It's been raining all afternoon. And DeWitt has the football. Big turnover deep in DeWitt territory from the Oilers. And that is not what that Mount Pleasant offense wanted to have happen.
2 back-to-back drives with turnovers by both teams. You know, it's very similar, but what I saw in that play was it was trying to go to Newbecker, I think, and just hits Broichuk. It was just a bad snap, I think. But now that brings new life back to DeWitt's offense. But it's just it's a backbreaker for Mount Pleasant. When they're in the red zone, they have to really utilize points because versus DeWitt, they're gonna make you pay if you don't score in the red zone.
Blake Holler in the backfield. He's going to hand it off. Good pursuit there from Brogan Parks. Couldn't quite wrap him up, but the Oilers still dropping him in the backfield for the loss. Abraham Larner on the carry there, and he's going to lose a yard there. Back to about the 5. Marcus Castellon made the tackle there. Boy, it looked like Brogan Parks was going to wrap him up deep inside the 5, but nice job there from Larner to break the tackle and get at least back out to the 5.
There's been 2 back-to-back drives for DeWitt as they started in their own territory, excuse me. So they've been behind the chains a lot, it seems like.
And they're way backed up under the shadow of their own goalpost here. Holler is going to hand it off to Larner again. No, he's going to keep it himself. And he's brought down by Benaski after it looks like a gain of about 4. Nice job there making sure he couldn't break loose. Actually, I believe it was Kearns there on the carry. And now 3rd and 6 looks like coming up for Linden. Maybe 7.
3rd down and 7 for the Panthers from their own 11-yard line.
So another big 3rd down here for this offense of DeWitt. They threw an interception last time. We'll see what happens here. And there are flags all over the field there. And Mount Pleasant looks pretty happy. Looks like DeWitt's going to have to back up.
They're trying to direct snap it to their running back, but there's some miscommunication. Yep, that's false start.
And I believe that'll be half the distance to the goal, so they won't be very close. So DeWitt will have it on their 6-yard line once again. 3rd and 12 coming up. Some late substitutions coming here for both sides. Clock down under a minute and 45 seconds here in the first quarter between Mount Pleasant and DeWitt.
10 seconds on the play clock.
DeWitt's going to have to hurry. They motion Kearns out. It's going to be a rollout. Firing to the sidelines. Picked off by Humphrey. 2nd interception tonight. It's the 2nd touchdown tonight for Max Humphrey. Touchdown Mount Pleasant. And back-to-back picks on 3rd down. And the Oilers capitalize with the score.
What did I tell you? Matt Humphrey, they call him Mr. Legit. Great play. I saw it. Picks it off. And just takes it to the house. Dives right in. Big play for Mount Pleasant.
And this has to be big for him. I mean, obviously breaking his collarbone last season and now putting up 2 touchdowns in the first quarter against the Panthers this year. Tell you what, that brought some energy and life back to this Oiler crowd that it lost after that turnover. Hutchins on to attempt the extra point now. He made his first one of the night. High snap, the kick is up, and it is through. Mount Pleasant takes lead 14-7. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back right after this.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. on the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. The Oilers just capitalized with a pick six. They lead at 14-7 here over DeWitt in a rematch of last year's district final here between Mount Pleasant and DeWitt. Tonight's game is being brought to you by the Gracia Isabella Technical Education Center School Broadcasting Program. This is run by students, being overseen by Pat Onstott, the digital media teacher. I'm Brenton Scobie. Great to be here tonight alongside Jack Irvin once again. And Tyler Hutchins getting ready to kick it away. It's a good kick there from Hutchins. Panthers going to try and bring it out. It was Brandon Beckner who got drilled at the 16-yard line. That's where DeWitt will have to start their answer. They've kind of struggled on offense other than a couple of long plays on their first drive. So we'll see what they have to do here to get their offense back going.
I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to what was working. Go back to that formation. They love to run, just pound the rock.
I know you and I had talked about it earlier. This Mount Pleasant defensive line showing up and playing pretty well here to start. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Make it a direct snap, and it's a pretty good first down gain there for the Panthers. Landon Tabor, he had the touchdown for the Panthers, and he gets about 5 yards there on first down.
And I think Coach Zimmerman, he's not to get impatient when it comes to play calling. He's not to get bored if he's gaining 3, 4, 5 yards every carry. You know, people don't understand, you don't need big plays in order to be a great offense. You can drive the ball 4 yards every play and score touchdowns.
Another motion here from the Panthers. It's going to be a direct snap to Kearns. He's going to break away from Run Tacker. Still going. And Rubio trying to chase him down. Into Mount Pleasant territory. 20, 10, touchdown DeWitt. They answer in a big way after the pick six. And with 30 seconds to go in the first quarter, they're an extra point away from tying the game.
It's a great play by Bryce Kearns. Just breakaway speed gets him all the way to the house.
Rubio tried to bring him down at about the 20. Broke away from that one final tackler. And now DeWitt. We thought this game might be a track meet, and it's back to a 1-point game. So Soldis back on to attempt the extra point. He's made 43 of his 44 attempted extra points this year, so pretty consistent for this Panthers team. Kick is up, and it is a good one, and it is good. DeWitt ties it up. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back after.
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. DeWitt just tied it up on another long touchdown run. This time it was Bryce Kearns took it to the house. And now we'll see what Mount Pleasant does in response. Max Humphrey, though, has had a big impact early on in this one. He had the rushing touchdown and then the pick six on defense. No surprise why he's on first-team defense in the Saginaw Valley League. This is the third straight district final appearance here for the Oilers.
And DeWitt's making to have it be their 7th straight district title. Now, this is Mount Pleasant. If they win this game, this is Mount Pleasant's first district win since 2015. It's been a while.
So Soldis back to get ready to kick it away now for the Panthers. It's Humphrey and Scooter Polk back to return it for the Oilers. They're going to go to Humphreys again. Max Humphrey trying to break away. He is knocked out of bounds. Another good return there from number 10, and about the same spot that they started last time.
It looks like Dewitt was trying to hit it short, and not try to get it to Humphrey, and I don't blame him. I'd probably do the same thing.
I think this is the first time all season we've seen him back there to return kicks. It's usually been Aiden Klein and Scooter Polk, but I think it's been working out pretty well for them so far tonight. Ball on the 37-yard line here for the Oilers. It's Newbecker in the backfield here with Brodychuk on first down. Brodychuk is going to fire. It's caught by Banaski. Oh, never mind. He was nailed right where he caught the ball. Boy, big hit delivered there on the edge. It was Jaden Bender who drilled him, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I saw it right there. On that out route, Reggie threw it. I was like, oh, no, he might get hit. And I think that was a little bit of a cover 2 look by Dewitt. But great hit by DeWitt's secondary.
Tell you what, Banaski's going to feel that one in the morning. So 2nd and 10 here for the Oilers. Under 30 seconds to go here in the first half. Excuse me, in the first quarter. Brodychuk throwing to Scooter Polk, trying to break away. That Mount Pleasant side was yelling for Brodychuk to get the snap off. There was nobody over there to cover Scooter Polk, but a good recovery there from the Panthers defense.
Yeah, that's a lucky play if you're DeWitt. You can't leave Scooter Polk uncovered. Just some miscommunication by DeWitt's defense.
Yeah, we talked about the speed of Max Humphrey. Scooter Polk has speed that if it's not equal, it might be even more. That's going to end the first quarter. We're going to take a quick...
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
To help me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School's Community Memorial Stadium. Here we're getting ready to start the second quarter. DeWitt 14, Mount Pleasant 14, and a 3rd and 6 coming up for the Oilers. Brodychuk back in the backfield. They're going to fake the handoff to Polk. A little pop pass to Humphrey in space and into DeWitt territory with another Mount Pleasant first down. Max Humphrey making his presence known so far tonight.
You're starting to see him use Mats a lot for their big plays, and it's rightfully so. I would too. He's got great elusiveness and great breakaway speed.
So a big first down pickup there for the Oilers, and they continue to move the football well on offense here to start tonight. It's Humphrey in the backfield with Brodychuk. It's going to hand off to Max Humphrey, and he is hit in the backfield. And I don't think he quite got back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up a loss on the play of 2nd and 11.
That might have been the first time I really saw Mount Pleasant try to run up the middle versus DeWitt on this drive. It's been a lot of East and West football, using Max Humphrey and using their passing game to their advantage.
We'll keep you updated on that game down in Linton, down in Fenton, and between Fenton and Linden. That game just got underway. Brodychuk looking to throw, and it is beyond the outstretched arms of Griffin Phillips. It's going to bring up 3rd and 11.
Incomplete. 3rd down and 11 for the Oilers.
So now after having some pretty good success so far on the drive, now sort of stalling here. They're bringing back on Banaski, Naden Klein. Blake Moore and Castellon coming off for the Oilers. It's Newbecker in the backfield with Borodachuk. And the Panthers just jumped off sides. So the Oilers are going to get 5 extra yards on the play. So it'll make the third down a little bit easier.
Yeah, some uncharacteristic football by Dewitt. Jumps off sides. That's 5 easy yards for Mount Pleasant.
Just underway here in the second quarter between Mount Pleasant and DeWitt. 3rd and 6 for the Oilers. It was 3rd and 6 when we came back from our break. It's 3rd and 6 again. It's Humphrey in the backfield with Borodachuk. Borodachuk fakes the handoff. And a scary play there. The ball skimmed through the hands of Griffin Phillips. Scary play, could have been intercepted. So now it's going to be 4th and 6, and now it'll be interesting to see what Coach McIntyre dials up here.
Mount Pleasant's trying to go to their bait play on that nice tunnel screen they always run, but, unfortunately, you just couldn't make it happen.
Looks like the Oilers are going for it in DeWitt territory. And now it looks like a timeout has been called. DeWitt's going to take the timeout. We're going to take it with them. We'll be back right after this.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School's Community Memorial Stadium. The Panthers and Oilers tied at 14 in this year's district final between Mount Pleasant and DeWitt. Oilers have it 4th and 6 on the DeWitt 44. We'll see what they dial up here. Looks like they might be going for it here, but last week they pulled off the quarterback punt with Logan Borodachuk, so we'll see if they pull something like that again or if they go for it and try and get the first down.
Try the hard count again.
They got him earlier. Not working this time. Borodachuk's just going to have to punt it. It's a high kick. And it's going to head towards the sideline. Now roll back towards Borodachuk. It's going to be down to about the 19, and that's where DeWitt will start.
25-yard punt. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from their own 19-yard line.
A couple of big games going on in Division III playoffs tonight. You got Linden Fenton. We'll be keeping you updated on that one throughout the night. You also got Zeeland West at St. Joseph, along with Bloomfield Hills, Brother Rice at Walled Lake Western. And also you got Allen Park at Detroit Martin Luther King. Tell you what, Dante Moore down at Detroit Martin Luther King. Really good quarterback, committed to play at Oregon. And his Crusaders are having a really good season.
Yeah, one of the best quarterbacks in the whole entire nation. It's interesting. Mount Pleasant, not Mount Pleasant, excuse me. Michigan has, I think, the top 3, one of the better quarterbacks in the whole entire nation. They have Dante Moore, at Trey Carr, and they also have Bryce Underwood. He's only a sophomore from Belleville. He has lots of offers also.
Kearns is going to hand it off. This time he is met by a horde of Oilers. It's going to be 2nd and 8.
Now you're seeing Kearns get into that quarterback position when they run this T offense. They're going back to what they like to do, pound the rock, 3-4 yards every carry.
Humphrey on the tackle, number 10, Humphrey.
Kurtz is going to hand it off again up the middle. Still fighting for yards before being met again by a pile of Oiler defenders. Looks like it was Blake Moore on the tackle, along with, look, it was number 62 there, Cal Kowalik.
And that was number 4, Blake Haller for DeWitt on that carry.
They're going to give that tackle to Scooter Polk. It's now 3rd and 3 here for the Panthers. Good play there from that Oiler defensive front on the run up the middle. Looked like it was Landon Tabor there on the carry, but looks like they're going to give him the first down.
That's great second effort by Tabor. You know, gets hit hard, but still keeps his feet churning and gets a hard-earned first down.
Kearns is going to hand it off on the reverse. Abram Larner trying to get the edge, won't get it, and he'll have a gain of about 2 there on first down.
And Mount Pleasant, 2 defenders, got some penetration, just missed on that tackle.
Logan Zenneberg had the tackle there. He was an honorable mention for Saginaw Valley first team defense. 2nd and 7 here for DeWitt. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Blake Haller there on the carry. He's brought down. Looked like it was number 24 there from the Oilers, Grant Stahl, who brought him down. It's going to be another 3rd and short for DeWitt.
Well, you just saw there, DeWitt likes to be multiple on offense. Went from a straight 3 running back formation. Now they're in the shotgun. Let's see if they switch it up again.
It's going to be Kearns in the backfield here on 3rd and 2. It's going to be a fake handoff. Kearns running. He was hit in the backfield. I think that was number 67 there.
Actually, I think it's 4th and short.
They're going to give it. Yeah, I believe you are right. Looked like it was Marcus Castle in there. Oh, they're going to give DeWitt the first down. Controversial call. The Oiler fans not happy, but another first down for DeWitt. 7:08 to go here in the second quarter. DeWitt driving. And timeout called. No, it's going to be a flag.
Let's see what it is.
I think there might be a sideline warning coming.
Before the play.
Now the officials conversing out there. See what the call is.
They waved it off.
They're going to wave the flag off.
They're going to pick that flag off. 1st and 10 for the Panthers.
So here we go. 7 minutes to go here in the first half between Mount Pleasant and DeWitt. Kearns. He's going to hand off up the middle. Still going. Looked like it was Tabor out there. No, it was Tabor out there. Check that, it was Blake Haller on the carry for DeWitt. Tell you what, it's really hard to tell who's running the ball for DeWitt. They have a lot of movement up front.
We're starting to see DeWitt on this drive. It's been a very time-consuming drive, which I think that's what they want to do. They're staying to their running game, which has been really working for them. They're getting 4 or 5 yards every carry, which leads to 3rd and short, which a lot of teams can capitalize on.
It's going to be a run up the middle for Haller, and he's going to be brought down short of the first down. It's going to be 3 yards to go here on 3rd down. And just in from Fenton. Fenton turned the ball over, and Linden took it back for a score, so Linden now leads the Fenton Tigers down Fenton 6-0. Extra point still coming. Oilers have already played Linden this season, so if both Mount Pleasant and Linden win this week, it'll be another rematch. It's going to be a direct snap up the middle. I don't think he got there again.
I think they might advance it.
Landon Tabor again on the carry. It'll depend on the spot. The official on the far side of the field looks like he might be marking it short. And the head ref is going to give Dewitt the first down. Oiler fans not happy. They see the spot and they think it's short. But yet again, first down Dewitt. I think that's the third close call on this drive.
Well, if I was an official, I'd probably give it first down too. It just fell forward. I think the ball advanced, in my opinion.
And the officials had the better view than we do. So, first down DeWitt, 5:07 to go in the first half. Kearns is going to keep it himself. He's going to fake the handoff, trying to get to the edge. He's going to try and put a move on Polk. He is drilled at the 15-yard line by Caden Manaski, but a big first down there for the Panthers.
Big play by Kearns. Gets that sweep on the outside to the right. In my opinion, I think if you had kept running, it could have been a bigger play, but slows down. In my opinion, I think he looks tired.
Tell you what, Scooter Polk had him wrapped up by the ankles, and Banaski came in and delivered a big hit. So from the 16, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers. They're going to motion men back across the field. It's going to be a direct snap. And now out to the far side. Abram Larner to the end zone. Touchdown, DeWitt. They retake the lead.
Great use of misdirection by DeWitt. Looks like they're going to go to the right, but gives it back on that counter and takes it for a nice touchdown.
And DeWitt, they had struggled on their last couple offensive possessions with back-to-back interceptions, one of them being a pick six, and now they retake the lead.
Number 14, Beckner is going to snap for the Panthers.
Sold on to take the extra point. It's going to be Ryder Thompson to hold. Kick is up, and it is good. DeWitt takes the lead, 21-14. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back right after this.
So, I got my start in officiating when a friend told me I should try it. At first, I just did basketball, and I got hooked. Before long, I added baseball, softball, football, and volleyball. I really enjoy giving back to the game, working with kids, and working with my local association to recruit and train new officials. I would like to say to anybody that officiating is a great way to help kids and stay connected to the game. We always need new officials. There's help wanted, just listen.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. A big answer there from the Panthers. They take the lead 21-14. 4 minutes to go here in the first half between Mount Pleasant and DeWitt in the district final here from Mount Pleasant. It's going to be Polk and Humphrey back to return for the Oilers. Solis getting ready to kick it away, but that was a really big drive there for the Panthers, running the ball, and they marched their way down the field and scored the touchdown. Great evening for high school football here in mid-Michigan. Great crowd out on both sides of the field to support their respective schools. Soldis, as I mentioned, getting ready to kick it to Polk and Humphrey. It's a good kick there. It's going to be Polk on the return this time from Mount Pleasant. Trying to get to the near side of the field. It's going to shed one tackler before being stopped at the 20-yard line. It's going to be a 17-yard return there from Scooter Polk, and that's where the Oilers will start their answer.
And what I want to see by Mount Pleasant on this drive is try to get it to Matt Humphrey when you can and use your playmakers in space.
Tell you what, they had great success on their touchdown drives, moving around, mixing things up with Scooter Polk in the backfield. See what they do here on first down.
I think what you're starting to see by DeWitt's defense, they're starting to adjust to what Mount Pleasant is wanting to run.
Brochuk under center. It's going to be a handoff to Max Humphrey. trying to bounce it to the edge. He's not going to get there. Nowhere to go for Max Humphrey, and it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, great penetration, by DeWitt's defensive line to spill that run.
Looks like they will give him a yard there on the carry. It's going to be 2nd and 9. 3:40 to go here in the first half. Brodychuk to throw it. It's caught by Banaski. Dragging DeWitt defenders out across the 40, and Caden Banaski has the Mount Pleasant first down. Tell you what, that was a big confidence booster for Logan Brodychuk. Had a couple of not great throws in a row, and it's going to be a first down.
A lot of Mount Pleasant's passing plays and routes have been a lot of short, 5 or 10 yard routes, and it's really paid dividends for this offense.
They have not completed a shot downfield so far tonight. They've taken 2 of them. Brodychuk, another throw to Scooter Polk. He's going to be hit after a game of about 3, maybe 4, and it's going to be up 2nd and 6.
And what I mean by the run short routes is they're taking what the defense gives them. Just like any good team or any team in general, you're going to take what the defense gives you and live with it.
Oilers trying to answer the touchdown from the DeWitt Panthers. They have Parkson as a lead blocker for Max Humphrey. It's going to be a throw. It's kind of an awkward throw to Scooter Polk, trying to get to the edge. He's got the first down across midfield, cutting it back, still going. Nice job there from Scooter Polk. He's down at the 45, and the shiftiness of Scooter Polk is going to get Mount Pleasant another first down.
Great use of Scooter Polk. I've seen it before. He goes right behind the lineman on that nice little motion, and then Brodychuk steps right back, snaps it, throws it, gets it right to him. And Aiden Klein is trying to crack block right there, and it's another great play by Mount Pleasant on offense.
And it looks like Mount Pleasant's going to take that timeout. We're going to take that timeout with them. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. Oilers have it 1st and 10 from the DeWitt 45. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first half of the district final here from Mount Pleasant. It's a rematch of last year's district final that was won by DeWitt. See what the Oilers dial up here on first down. It's going to be Brodychuk in the backfield alone, at least for now. He's got Humphrey and Polk on the far side of the field. Polk's on the near side. He's also got Banaski on the near side. He's going to set, throw it. It's going to be caught by Max Humphrey. It's going to be a gain of about 5 there for number 10. And it's going to have 2nd and 5.
Now you see a little bit of sense of urgency by Mount Pleasant. It's under 2 minutes, 1:43 left in this second quarter.
This would be a big thing for the Oilers to get into the end zone here, especially since DeWitt will get the second half kickoff. Brodychuk dropping back, rolling. Pressure comes, steps up in the pocket. Polk was tackled, and the obvious flag comes out. Oilers get the pass interference call. That's twice tonight. We've seen quite obvious a pass interference call from that DeWitt secondary. Twice the receiver's been tackled with no attempt to play the ball.
That's a big play for Mount Pleasant's offense. That's not what you want if you're DeWitt's defense. It gives them 15 free extra yards.
1st and 10 Oilers from the Panthers 25.
But if you're DeWitt, when you have a penalty, you got to be thinking, next play.
1st and 10 Mount Pleasant from the 25. Minute and a half to go in the first half. It's Humphrey in the backfield with Bruichuk rolling. He's going to throw it back across the field. Aiden Klein breaks a tackle. He's got a blocker. Aiden Klein headed to the house. Touchdown, Oilers. Aiden Klein from 25 yards out just tied the football game. Or made it with an extra point to tie the football game.
There's a flag on the play, after the play.
So I wonder if there's going to be some excessive celebration or something going on.
But that was a great play by Mount Pleasant. Brings that motion. Looks like they're trying to go to the right, but goes right back to the left on that screen. But
I wonder if Benaski's going to get called for holding out there. He made the block to make sure Aiden Klein could get downfield. I wonder if the official called that as holding.
But it was after the play, so maybe it was something that happened. It had to have been something maybe after the play. Let's see. Yeah, block in the back.
So I believe that will negate the Mount Pleasant touchdown. Unfortunate. And now this Mount Pleasant crowd is deflated. They thought they had tied the game. And now with a minute 19 to go, they're going to be backed up to about the 35.
You saw back-to-back 15-yard penalties by both teams.
Boy, but that's a big penalty. Oilers had the opportunity to tie the game with an extra point. Instead, called back. So 1st and 15 for the Oilers at the 30. Bruichuk is going to drop back to throw. Stepping up in the pocket. Okay. Lofts it over the middle. It's caught by Humphrey. He makes a man miss. It's the hat trick for number 10. They call him Mr. Legit. Touchdown number 3 on the night.
Another big passing play by Mount Pleasant. Logan Bruichuk fires it right to Humphrey. He takes care of the rest for an easy touchdown.
Nice play there from Bruichuk, recognizing the fact that Humphrey had the space, lofted it right over the defender. You said, Jack, Max Humphrey did the rest. So Hutchins now will get to take the extra point for real. No flags on that one. Kick is up, and it is good. Mount Pleasant ties it up. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with the rest of the first half right after this.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School's Community Memorial Stadium. The Oilers put an impressive drive together and tied it up. It's 21-21, and now Dewitt has a minute left before the half. We'll see what they'll do on offense. Again, that game going down in Fenton is important to both of the teams playing right now. And Linden, with a 7-0 lead, is now down to the Fenton 25-yard line, looking to take down the Tigers in Fenton. But it's going to be Hutchins to kick it away here in Mount Pleasant. It's a good kick. A little bit of miscommunication there, and now bringing it out. Looked like it was Beckner who brought it out to about the 18-yard line. And Caden Benaski stopped him. And so now DeWitt with 1:05 to go will have it before halftime. And a quick reminder, they will get the ball because they deferred after the coin toss. So not in any sort of hurry here to put more points on the board, knowing they'll get the ball back.
Well, let's see what DeWitt does. I wouldn't be shocked if they do a simple running play. And let's say they get 5-7 yards. They may want to hurry up and say, hey, let's go. We want to drive still.
1st and 10 for the Panthers. Panthers motion some men across the field again. It's going to be a direct snap. It's going to be a handoff to Kearns, and he is brought down. Polk got in there. Blake Moore brought him down. Great job there from the Oilers. And now it's 2nd and 11. And now with the clock under a minute, you wonder if DeWitt's just going to head to halftime, but we'll have to see. Does not appear they're in any hurry. They'll probably have to snap it again. They will take a timeout. A little bit of miscommunication here. Looks like maybe still trying to sort this out.
Might have been an official timeout.
Not sure why the officials just stopped the clock. But it is what it is.
Yeah, it seems like DeWitt might want to just take this to the half.
I have to imagine they're probably going to have to snap it at least one more time, but we'll have to check the play clock. And now, yep, there's 10 seconds on the play clock, so they'll have to snap it at least once more. Currents up the middle on the keeper, and he's going to be brought down, thrown to the ground by Max Humphrey and Blake Moore, and that will probably end the first half. A great first half, though. We've seen 6 total touchdowns so far, and if the first half was as good as that, I have to imagine the second half's going to be pretty good. We'll see you on the other side of halftime for the rest of the game between Mount Pleasant and DeWitt.
We start in Marquette with the 8-player Division I Finals. It was Adrian Lenawee Christian 31, Suttons Bay 20.
Some schools go shorter, most opt for the 100. Bryja again sets the pile to the right. Did he get through? He's near the goal line. Touchdown. And a pitch. Ayers got the corner. He's in. Touchdown. Lenawee Christian. And that might just be enough. 31-20. Lenawee Christian gets the win here in Marquette.
And in the 8-player Division II, Powers North Central 63, Colon 0.
Look for 11. He'll come in motion again back towards the formation. And again, the snap is to one of the up men, and Rab's got the corner. He's got the sideline. He's got the pylon. Touchdown, North Central. Swing pass here. Nazer got a block up the near sideline. He popped again. Didn't go out of bounds, and he's going to head to the end zone. Final here from Marquette. North Central 63. The Colon Magi nothing.
Moving to Ford Field and the 11-player finals. In Division I, it was Belleville 55, Rochester Adams 33.
He will go to the air, down the right sideline, and it is caught in stride, and a beautiful throw. Touchdown Belleville. Quick strike capability. Steps into another one. Wide open, middle of the field. Man-to-man miss. Still on his feet. Shaking his way. Caldwell to the end zone. His third of the day. Belleville makes history in 2021. They've won it all and earned the Division I state crown.
In Division II, Warren De La Salle 41, Traverse City Central 14.
Drogosh. Caught! Tristan Nichols. Goodbye. Brady Drogosh is on the Hoops team too. He runs left, gains the first down, and a lot more. Brady Drogosh is going to win a foot race every single time. For the 4th time in the last 8 seasons, the Pilots are state champs.
In Division III, Detroit Martin Luther King 25, DeWitt 21.
Dante Moore deep down the sidelines and intercepted by Holtz. He's got running room. He's got blockers. He's heading to the end zone. Touchdown, DeWitt.
And there you go.
Give is to Sterling Anderson for the touchdown. And the Crusaders of Detroit, Martin Luther King, have won the Division III state championship in 2021.
In Division IV, Chelsea 55, Hudsonville Unity Christian 52.
Off play action. Chandler broke the tackle. Look out. Has a seam. They're not going to get him. Another touchdown run for Cam Chandler. 4 of them to Lucas Hannafin. Looks his way again. Steps into a throw. Caught! Hannafin! What a game! Good snap. It's up. History for Chelsea.
In Division V, Grand Rapids Catholic Central 31, Marine City 7.
The man to watch is still on the near side of your screen, number 24, Nolan Ziegler, the favorite target. He's going to get the ball here near midfield. A lot of room to run. Got a block downfield on the far sideline. Racing to the end zone. Touchdown, Catholic Central. Ziegler's down at the bottom of your screen, number 24. Looking for him. Lob in the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Incredibly, a 5th state title in the last 6 seasons.
In Division 6, Lansing Catholic 16, Warren Michigan Collegiate 6.
Baker rolling right, has a man. Touchdown. Owen Bergens. Baker's been running the ball very effectively. He's got a big hole and a touchdown. And Lansing Catholic wins the Division 6 state championship.
In Division 7, Pewamo Westphalia 14, Lawton 10.
A lot of room out here to the bottom. A lot of cushion. 2x2, a pump fake. He's got a man. He's wide open. Inside the 15. Touchdown, Luke Layton. First down, running more. He won't. Touchdown, Pewamo Westphalia. And now Pewamo Westphalia will be crowned Division 7 champions of 2021.
In Division 8, Hudson 14, Beale City 7.
Rolls, loads, throws deep, and he's got a guy wide open. Carter Fussman, touchdown. Arredondo gives one for a touchdown.
We'll see you just after Thanksgiving again this year. The finals are Friday and Saturday, November 25th and 26th from Ford Field in Detroit. We start in Marquette with the 8-player Division I finals. It was Adrian Lenawee Christian 31, Suttons Bay 20.
Some schools go shorter, most opt for the 100. Bryja again sets the pile to the right. Did he get through? He's near the goal line. Touchdown. And a pitch. Ayers got the corner. He's in. Touchdown, Lenawee Christian. And that might just be enough. 31-20, Lenawee Christian gets the win here in Marquette.
And in the 8-player Division II, Powers North Central 63, Colon 0.
Look for 11. He'll come in motion again back towards the formation. And again, the snap is to one of the up men, and Rab's got the corner. He's got the sideline. He's got the pylon. Touchdown, North Central. Swing pass here. Nazer got a block up the near sideline. He had popped again. Didn't go out of bounds, and he's going to head to the end zone. Final here from Marquette. North Central 63. The Colon Magi, nothing.
Moving to Ford Field and the 11-player finals. In Division I, it was Belleville 55, Rochester Adams 33.
He will go to the air, down the right sideline, and it is caught in stride, and a beautiful throw. Touchdown, Belleville. Quick strike capability. Steps into another one. Wide open, middle of the field. Man-to-man miss. Still on his feet. Shaking his way. Caldwell to the end zone. His third of the day. Belleville makes history in 2021. They've won it all and earned the Division I state crown.
There are very few traditions in our country as enduring, engaging, and meaningful as high school football on Friday nights. Every Friday night in the fall, about 7,000 high school football games involving more than 1 million student athletes are held from coast to coast. Football has been a part of our nation's high schools for more than 100 years. High school football fosters a strong sense of community. It is the most popular boys' sport and is our nation's #1 spectator sport. The people in the stands aren't just fans. They're moms and dads, grandparents, sisters and brothers, their local store owners and neighbors from down the street, their former players and coaches, and their fellow students. Win or lose, their support and pride for their school and community are always there. Why play high school football? High school football equips young people for success in both the classroom and in life by inspiring character, leadership, resilience, teamwork, discipline, physical fitness, time management, community engagement, and other important life skills. Also through football, students develop essential skills for participating in other sports during the winter and spring seasons. The sport of football provides opportunities for students with any skill and size. The relationships, bonds, and camaraderie built both on and off the field will last a lifetime. The health and safety of students is a paramount goal of high school football. Like other contact sports, there is an inherent risk in playing football. However, the NFHS wants parents to know that we believe high school football is safer today than it ever has been. The following steps have been taken to create a safer high school football experience. Concussion awareness and management protocols for football. Education and professional development for football coaches. Football injury surveillance and research studies. Restrictions on helmet-to-helmet contact hits and blindside blocks. Limits on contact in football practice. Risk minimization focus by the NFHS Football Rules Committee. Ongoing improvements in football equipment. Emergency action plans and AEDs in place and ready to use in schools nationwide. As it has been for many years, high school football continues to be a significant part of communities across the country. The NFHS is committed to keeping the lights on and keeping the game as safe as possible for the millions of kids who will play for years to come. Contact your local middle school or high school to learn more and sign up to play football today.
It was a fabulous time at the Women in Sports Leadership Conference this weekend with over 600 student athletes or coaches of student athletes in attendance. This was the 25th edition of the WASL Conference, which is the first, largest, and longest running program of its type in the country. The conference focused on the 50th anniversary of the passing of Title IX and carried the theme of Power of the Past, Force of the Future throughout its numerous workshops and sessions. More than 30 workshops covering a variety of topics were available, and students as well as coaches got to hear from 3 different keynote speakers. Dr. Ashley Baker, the Chief Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Officer at Michigan State University, Sharonda McDonald-Kelly, MSU's new softball coach, and Kim Barnes-Arico, the University of Michigan's women's basketball coach. Additionally, recently retired Livonia Stevenson Athletic Director Lori Hyman was honored with the 2022 Women in Sports Leadership Award. Thank you everyone who attended, presented, and were a part of the Women in Sports Leadership Conference this past weekend. In fact, we're so excited that we can't wait until the next one in 2024.
I am confident.
I am passionate.
I am strong.
I
am
an athlete.
Girls play today because of those who came first. The leaders, coaches, officials, trailblazers, made possible by the passing of Title IX more than 50 years ago.
No person shall be excluded
from participating
on the basis of sex.
And girls have done so much more than participate. From the first MHSAA champions to the latest and newest. Title IX confirmed what we already knew. Girls can play. And they benefit greatly from being involved in high school sports.
I am competitive.
I am determined.
I am fearless.
Continue to play, to coach, to officiate. Continue giving back. Because 50 years is just the beginning. You were once inspired by those who came first. Now, be the inspiration for those who come next.
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
To help me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic students can thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stands should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game. We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports.
And respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while maintaining a high level of respect for all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School's Community Memorial Stadium. The Oilers tied with the Dewitt Panthers at 21 here in a rematch of last year's district final here at Mount Pleasant. I'm Brenton Scobie alongside Jack Irvin. We're getting ready. If the second half is anything like what the first half was, we're going to be in for a great second half. And I believe Linden just took another put another touchdown on the board. They lead Fenton 20-0 in Fenton. So winner of this game, so far it's looking like they might play the Eagles.
And what I want to see by Mount Pleasant on defense is they got to try to step up and be better between the tackles. So what I mean by that is they got to be better on the inside because DeWitt knows it. They've been dashing them 3-4 yards every play. And if DeWitt can do that, they're going to get success on defense. So you really got to get that D-line coached up a little more and get more stops.
That kick rolls into the end zone, and DeWitt will start at the 25.
And I think you're going to see in the second half a little bit more of time possession for DeWitt. They're going to try to go slower because they want to lead on their running game, which has been beneficial in getting back into this game, tied 21-21. I'm looking forward to a great second half, though.
Yeah, I don't think DeWitt's thrown a pass since they threw that pick six deep in their own territory. So here we go, 1st and 10. It's going to be a keeper up the middle for Haller, and he is met by Blake Moore and Caden Banaski, as well as it looks like Jonathan Rubio is in there. It's going to be a 3-yard gain on 1st down.
2nd and 7 coming up for DeWitt.
2nd and 7 here for the Panthers. Just underway in the second half. Oilers bring Logan Zenberg back on. He's had a big last couple weeks. Led the team in tackles last week. He had 11.
Flag.
And there are flags all over the field. And it looks like DeWitt might have had a false start. And they do. And that'll back them up 5 yards. So not what the Panthers wanted. And now they're going to be behind the sticks here on 2nd down.
Update from Fenton. It's 21. Fenton 0 with 6 minutes to go in the first half.
Here we go, 2nd and 12 here for the Panthers. Opening drive of the second half. It's going to be Kearns to roll out and throw. Dennis is in the backfield. Kearns made him miss, but that Oiler defense got in there and still dropped him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd and 15.
Great pressure by Mount Pleasant's defensive line. Kearns was trying to escape. Makes a great play by Mount Pleasant's defense to get it for a nice loss. Now it's trying to make DeWitt want to throw the ball. You're trying to make them play left-handed, it seems like, because this year they're more of a running team, so I think they can pass the ball, but that's not really their bread and butter.
Have your attention, Caden LaPaw, L-A-P-A-U-G-H. We have something that you probably want.
And looks like timeout will be taken by DeWitt. Big stand for the Oilers here to start the second half. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back right after this short message.
So, I got my start in officiating when a friend told me I should try it. At first, I just did basketball, and I got hooked. Before long, I added baseball, softball, football, and volleyball. I really enjoy giving back to the game, working with kids, and working with my local association to recruit and train new officials. I would like to say to anybody that officiating is a great way to help kids and stay connected to the game. We always need new officials. There's help wanted, just listen.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. It's a big 3rd and 14 for the DeWitt Panthers on their first drive of the second half. The MHSAA District Final tonight here in Mount Pleasant. It's been a great first half, and so far, Oilers, as you had mentioned, Jack, done a great job stepping up and stopping the run.
Now you're seeing a 3rd and long situation by DeWitt. 3rd and 14. Let's see what they do.
See what the Oilers dial up here on defense. I believe the last 3rd down pass that DeWitt threw, it was a pick 6 for the Oiler defense. So see if they can convert here on 3rd and 14. Loudest the crowd has been all night on the other side of the field.
Motion turns out to the left.
See if they look that way. Rolling out the throw. Deep down the sideline. Oh, and he just overthrew him.
Big break for Mount Pleasant, I saw it. Motion turns out to the left, trying to get a mismatch. Breaks the coverage, gets deep, but number 3, Elliot Larner, just misses him.
Boy, that's a big play there for the Oilers. And now they have the opportunity to strike first in the second half. Polk back to return it at about his own 45. The kick is away. It's a high one. Not going to get very far. And it's going to roll backwards and be down in DeWitt territory at the 41. And the Oilers will have great starting field position here on offense.
Let's see Mount Pleasant capitalize off that punt. I wouldn't be bit shot to see him go back to what they've been doing. Get it to Humphrey. Get it to your best players. Get into your best players' hands to get a touchdown.
The score between Fenton and Linden remains 21-0 in favor of the Eagles. Winner of that game plays the winner of this game. 1st and 10 Mount Pleasant from the 42. Borodachuk is going to flip it to Humphrey. He's got a little bit of room. Trying to get to the edge. He's going to be wrestled out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. It's going to be a gain of about 7 yards there on first down.
Mount Pleasant's trying to get east and west on offense in their run game. It's been really big for Mount Pleasant when they do that option play.
10 minutes to go exactly here in the third quarter. And the Oilers looking to add on to the momentum they currently have. They had that big defensive stand. And now moving the ball. 2nd and 3. They'll fake the handoff to Polk. It's a low pass, and it's caught by Aiden Klein right at the sticks. Move the chains. That's a Mount Pleasant first down.
They bring in Polk on that motion try, draw him, trying to get him to look at something. It gets it to Klein for a nice little gain.
So the Oilers continue to move the ball. 1st and 10 from the 29. Brochuk going to keep it himself. Takes off. And it looks like he only got about 2 yards there. Kind of a little bit of a confusing play there from Logan Brochuk. Thought about pitching it to Humphreys and just kept it himself. Got about 2 yards.
What I saw right there was DeWitt's defense, caught Logan Brochuk off guard. So a lot of times they run that option because they're covering Brochuk so it frees up Humphrey. But they do a great job there trying to shut down Humphrey on that option and gets Brochuk confused.
So Borodachuk with Humphrey in the backfield. Reloads. And that pass is tipped. And it's going to be incomplete. It's going to have third down.
Mount Pleasant was trying to go to Stuart Polk, but it was covered. So Borodachuk really had nowhere to go. Now that brings up 3rd and 8 for the Oilers.
Probably not in field goal range just yet for the Oilers. Tyler Hutchins had a 30-yard field goal last week against Gaylord. But here we go, 3rd and 8. And now
So we might have a stop and play.
Looks like there might be something going on with a Panthers jersey on the far side of the field.
Looks like that might be...
Looks like that was number 42 for the Panthers, Jaden Bender. And looks like he's going to have to come off the field.
Yeah, something must be wrong with his jersey or something.
Wonder if he has blood on it. We're not sure. So they're going to have to bring on a guy to replace him. Looks like that's number 14, Brandon Beckner, to guard Aiden Klein. 3rd and 8 for the Oilers. Brochuk dropping back to throw. And outstretched arms of Banaski. It's incomplete, and another flag. More pass interference committed by the secondary of DeWitt. It was Blake Haller that time out in coverage. And it looks like it's going to give Mount Pleasant the first down. That has been, I think that's number 5 on the night in terms of pass interference for the Panthers. And that has to be really frustrating for their coaching staff. They've been doing almost everything right all night long. And when you give up those pass interference penalties to give Mount Pleasant first downs, it's tough.
Now that brings new life for Mount Pleasant's offense.
And Newbecker is on. He had 4 touchdowns last week against Gaylord. 172 yards on 23 carries. We'll see what they do with him here. Max Humphrey has all 3 of the Oilers touchdowns tonight. 1 on the defensive end. Couple rushing touchdowns. Scooter Polk is going to fake the handoff to Humphrey. He's going to roll out. He's going to look to throw it. He's going to have to throw. He throws it over the head of Blake Moore and out of bounds. The defense of DeWitt blew that play up. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 14-yard line for the Oilers.
But that's a smart decision for Scooter Polk. You know, he was trying to make a play, but no one's open, so he just got smart and threw it out of bounds.
I think that's the 3rd or 4th time tonight we've seen that Wildcat play from the Oilers, and it's actually had pretty good success all 3 times that they've run it. And, in fact, one of them went for a score. Brodychuk dropping back. He's going to flip it up the middle to Blake Moore on his way. Dives in for the score. Oilers take the lead. Nice play there from the Oilers. Brodychuk flipped it up the middle to Blake Moore, and Blake Moore did the rest. Scampered to the end zone.
Great shovel option by Mount Pleasant. Gets it right to Moore. Remember, I think that was a pass. I think that was a pass play they just ran on that shovel option. But, you know, takes it to the house. Big play for Mount Pleasant.
So Hutchins on to attempt the extra point. He's made all 3 of his tonight. That one is up, and it is good. The Oilers lead it 28-21. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back right after this.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond. In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School's Community Memorial Stadium. Oilers march the ball right down the field. And after a great defensive stand, they retake the lead 28-21 over the DeWitt Panthers. Just before the half done, Fenton Linden leads the Fenton Tigers 21-0. It's one of the big games going on in Division III playoffs tonight. Hutchins' kick is deep and is into the end zone for a touchback. And DeWitt, again, will start at the 25. And just as we speak, a long Linden touchdown is going to give him another 6 points before the half. 27-0. Linden leads it. The Oilers have already played Linden once this season, and the Oilers move on. We could have a rematch here at Community Memorial Stadium between the Eagles and Oilers.
What's interesting about that Linden-Fenton matchup, it's 2 Flint Metro leagues going at it. And right now, before they play, you know, Linden played Fenton in the regular season and ended up losing by a touchdown. I think it was 28-21. Now it looks like Linden's got a whole lot of momentum, up 27-0.
So here we go. Here's the response from DeWitt. And a flag on the play. And do we have another miscue from this DeWitt offense? No, it's going to be offsides against the Oilers. And they're going to give the DeWitt Panthers free 3 yards, excuse me.
And DeWitt's trying to mix it up and get Mount Pleasant confused. They went to a formation I never really saw on film. They're trying to do new things to get bigger plays on offense, I feel like.
They're going to motion some more men. They've done that a lot so far tonight. It's going to be a direct snap. On the run up the middle. Still fighting for yardage. Who was that? It was Abram Larner on the carry. Kept fighting, and he got the DeWitt first down. It looked like he was hit and done at the line of scrimmage, and just kept fighting.
Let's say their O-line was trying to help push Larner on that play, but great hard-working run by Larner.
8 minutes to go here in the third quarter. It's been a great football game so far. The Oilers lead at 28-21. More motion. It's going to be Larner spinning, trying to get away. He's brought down in the backfield. That's Grant Stahl who got in there and wrapped him up and wouldn't let go. And now behind the sticks for a loss of looks like about 4, maybe 5. It's going to bring up 2nd and 15.
Big defensive play by Grant Stahl. Ditched through the line. DeWitt was trying to catch him with that misdirection. Number 5, that is Abe Larner, was trying to go to his left, but Grant Stahl just wraps him up for a big loss.
2nd and 15 to it from their own 26. Oiler crowd starting to get into this one. Their defense has really stepped up here in the second half, playing a lot better. It's going to another snap to Larner. He's going to roll out to throw. It's going to be past the outstretched hands of Larner. It was Kearns on the throw. And now 3rd and long for the Panthers.
And Kearns just misses number 5, Abe Larner. I saw it. He was wide open. Just misses him. Now it's another 3rd and long for the Panthers.
This would be a really big stop here for this Mount Pleasant defense. They already got one this half, looking to possibly get off the field again and extend their lead.
But it seems like when one team has momentum, the other team comes roaring right back and gets right back into this game.
All right, 3rd and 8 for DeWitt. From the 26, with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Kearns to throw it. Pressure coming. Throw to the sideline. It's broken up. And their flag is coming. They're going to call pass interference there. That is tough.
Big break for DeWitt's defense. Offense.
That looked like it was Brogan Parks out there who had wrapped up the receiver. And, yep, you can't do that. It's going to give DeWitt the first down. Tough break for that Oiler D, though. So now the Oilers had a chance to get off the field. Now going to have to work back into another 3rd down scenario. First and 10 DeWitt from the 41. Larner hands it off up the middle. And Haller is met after a gain of about 2, maybe 3.
You see DeWitt trying to get into a lighter personnel. They go into a shotgun formation. First time in a while they've ran that. They're trying to find new ways to get yards on offense. But the thing that's tough about DeWitt is when you run so many formations, it's tough to know what they're going to do. For example, you have to sub a lot. You've been seeing Mount Pleasant doing a lot of subbing on that defensive side, but they've been doing a pretty good job, in my opinion.
A little bit of miscommunication here from this Oiler D. Now they're set. It's going to be Abram Larner still fighting. He's got the first down for the Panthers. A great play there from number 5. Still trying to push the pile forward. And DeWitt's going to move it for a first down.
And DeWitt's just nickel and dime right up the field.
DeWitt, just when it looked like Mount Pleasant was going to get the stop and get off the field, that tough pass interference call has given the Panthers new life. And now they're moving it into Mount Pleasant territory, now at the 47. They motion the man across again. It's going to be a direct snap again. Up the middle, and after a gain of about 3, he's stopped.
And that, on the carry, that was number 24, Reese Baker.
So 5 minutes to go here in this third quarter. We've had a really good football game, really high scoring up to this point, and now scoring has sort of slowed down here in this third quarter. Only one team has scored, and that is Mount Pleasant. 2nd and 6 for DeWitt from the 43. Oiler fans trying to get their defense to get a stop. Reese Baker's going to hand it off to Larner. Trying to get to the edge. He is hit. Just as it looked like he might get the edge, I think it was Castellon who got in there. Maybe it was Blake Moore who drilled him and made sure he couldn't get any more. And now it's 3rd and 4 coming up for DeWitt.
Now it's 3rd and manageable for DeWitt. Now you don't really have to be in much of an urgency when it comes to play calling. You don't have to try to play left-handed or do anything that you're not comfortable doing.
3rd and 4 DeWitt. 4:20 to go in the 3rd quarter. Up the middle, the run. He is hit. He won't get there. That was number 6, Landon Tabor on the carry. And this time it's going to be 4th and 2 for the Panthers.
And I think DeWitt's going to stay on the field and go for this, which is a smart decision. You're in your own opponent's territory now. Punting wouldn't really do anything, in my opinion.
And really, the long field goal on the season for Solis, their kicker, has been 32 yards. And this is well beyond that. So here we go. DeWitt on 4th and 2 from the 39. Biggest play of the night. And I don't think he got there. That Oiler defense stepped up. Tell you what, this is going to be close. Coach McIntyre on the sideline doesn't think DeWitt got it.
Let's see what they say.
Here's the spot. They're going to stop. They're going to measure it.
Official timeout. That was quarterback keeper by Kearns. Just trying to get yards on that. Was that 4th and 2, I think it was?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, just tries to go to the old reliable quarterback sneak and gets almost enough. Let's see.
We'll see what they mark it. At least from where the change were on the sideline, it looked like he was short. Here's the measurement. He's short by it looks like about 3.5 inches. Tell you what, a little bit more, and now there's a flag down. I wonder if a DeWitt player just said something to an official, because now there's a flag coming in late from that DeWitt sideline. Extracurriculars, looks like from the Panthers. But what about that stop from that Mount Pleasant D? It's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct against the Panthers, and they're going to give the Oilers a free 15 yards. And now, all of a sudden, this Oiler crowd, they haven't really been loud all night except for a few rare moments after scores and on big plays. Now the Oilers with the ball in DeWitt territory looking to extend a lead. There's a large crowd out here tonight at Community Memorial Stadium, and the Oilers looking for a district title. They've been loud last couple minutes. Borodachuk fakes the handoff to Polk, fires, and it's out in front of Banaski. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Looks like Borodachuk's trying to get it to Kane Banaski on that nice little crossing route, but just too high of a throw.
And they have reached halftime in Fenton. Linden leads at 28-0, and as the way it stands right now, looks like unless something drastic changes down there, Linden is looking in a good situation to move on to play the winner of this one. 2nd and 10 here for the Oilers from the DeWitt 48. Borodachuk dropping back. He's going to throw it to Polk, and the one-handed catch could not be made by Scooter Polk. It was well out behind him, off to his side, and now it's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Oilers. And now after the defense got that big stop, Oilers offense having a little bit of trouble now moving the ball.
And this is a big play for Mount Pleasant. 3rd and 10. Let's see if they try to go to Polk on this play.
I would not be surprised to see it. I would also not be surprised to see if they went to Max Humphrey. They threw to him. I believe it was the Linden game that they threw to him for a long touchdown. See what they do, though. Borodachuk rolling. It's a throw to Humphrey. It's picked off by DeWitt. Bryce Kearns is bringing it back. He's got blockers. And slung down at the 45. Big play there from the DeWitt defense. And they get off the field, and the Panthers have the ball back.
And I saw it. Brocha was trying to get it to Humphrey on that flag route, but Kearns makes a great play for an interception. Now that brings new life back into DeWitt's offense. And I think what DeWitt is trying to do is they're trying to grind the clock down, trying to keep the ball and take Mount Pleasant's offense off the field. And they're trying to score with not a lot of time left. And I think that's what they want to do because, it's when Mount Pleasant's been on the field, it's been a lot of big plays, and they're really just trying to grind the ball.
So here's the DeWitt offense. And the throw coming, Kearns spins away. He almost was sacked. And he's brought down the line of scrimmage. Tell you what, he was almost dropped for a really big loss there by Brogan Parks, but A.J. Dennis made sure he wouldn't get past the line of scrimmage, or if he did, he only got about a yard, which looks like that's what they're going to give him. But this Oiler defense, really, since you mentioned it at halftime, Jack, they've really stepped up and played a lot better. Clock rolling down to about 2:45 to go in the third. Oilers lead it by 7. Kearns is going to hand it off, and Parks. No, it's Kearns on the keeper, and it's going to be a first down for DeWitt. Kearns looks like he's still going, trying to make a case for the fact that he was never downed, but it's going to be first down DeWitt. Tell you what, they had me fooled with that play. I thought that Brogan Parks was bringing down the runner in the backfield, but Bryce Kearns scampered for the first down.
Great play by Kearns on that option play. Sees it, goes, and gets a nice big gain.
So DeWitt's going to get the first down to the 42-yard line. I think DeWitt probably, we don't have the exact stats, but I think DeWitt has controlled the time of possession tonight. So he Kearns on the keeper. He's tripped up and nailed at the line of scrimmage. Looks like it was Logan Zenneberg who got him after he was tripped up. I think it was Kenny Wemagons who tripped him up, and Zenneberg made sure he couldn't fall forward. And now it's 2nd and 10 for DeWitt.
And I think you're going to see DeWitt keep it with Bryce Kearns, but spoke too soon how he's going to go out as a wide receiver.
Well, the last time he was out as a wide receiver, they threw it his way. We'll see what they do. Here's the throw. Quarterback's going to take off. Big hit delivered there by the Oiler defense. Elliot Larner took off. And now it's going to be 3rd and it looks like about 7 for this DeWitt offense. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. We'll see what the Panthers dial up on 3rd and 7. Panthers trail by 7, looking to get this game back tied. Elliot Larner rolling out. Pressure coming from behind. Throw. It's dropped by Abram Larner, and it's going to be 4th and 8. 4th and 7 make it. So we'll see what DeWitt does here. It's kind of in that no man's land. If you punt it, most likely going to be a touchback. And I think it's too long for the field goal, but we'll see what they do here.
I think they're bringing out the kicker. I don't know. They're on punt it.
So there's nobody back deep here for the Oilers. So I wonder if they're just expecting the touchback or if they're watching out for the fake. It's a high boot. And it's going to take a great DeWitt bounce down inside the 10, down to about the 8. And so with 15 seconds to go in the third quarter, the Oilers will start inside their own 10.
And let's see Mount Pleasant try to chew this clock and control the game more into the fourth quarter, because I think there's 15 seconds left in this third quarter. They're going to probably have the ball, start the fourth quarter, and they want to chew clock and they want to get it down to get to two-score game.
I think the biggest thing here for the Oilers is just don't turn the ball over. They've had some success on offense tonight, moving it. If they don't turn it over, I think they've turned it over twice tonight. If they don't turn it over, I think they're in really good shape to keep this lead. Brodychuk is going to shovel up the middle to Blake Moore again. He'll get about 2 yards before he's slung down.
Flag.
And there is a flag down. And now Oiler crowd not happy. We'll have to check the official call.
I think it's on Banasky. After the play, he pushed one of the Dewitt defensive backs down, and the ref didn't like it.
Tell you what, that'd be a tough break for this Oiler offense. They're going to get the personal foul, it looks like, on Banasky, like you called it, Jack. And so now the Oilers are going to have to back it up. I have to check the spot. Looks like it's on the 5-yard line, so it's going to be 2nd and 13 for the Oilers. And I think the Oilers are just going to let the clock run out to the end of the third quarter. Final 12 minutes of football coming here from Mount Pleasant, but we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back after these short messages.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We were responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic students can thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stand should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game. We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports.
And respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while maintaining a high level of respect for all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. Start of the fourth quarter coming in tonight's district final between Mount Pleasant and Dewitt. Oilers lead at 28-21, and they have the ball. They're backed up about the 5-yard line after that personal foul call. So see what they do here.
2nd and 13 from their own 5-yard line.
Oilers playing, I believe, their 7th home game of the season here at Community Memorial Stadium. Brodychuk is going to throw it to Scooter Polk. The low catch is made. Bowling through number 4 there for the Panthers.
It might be a fumble.
That's what I thought, too.
That was a hard hit Stewart took.
Blake, he ran into Blake Holler. And now trying to unsort the pile. And now Scooter Polk a little bit slow to get up now for the Oilers. He is now back up on his feet. And now we'll have to see the spot. So it looks like it's going to be 3rd and 6 now for the Oilers from the 13.
I'll say this. That was great by both teams. I saw great pursuit by Dewitt's secondary, and Scooter gets hit, keeps his legs turning, gets more yards.
Probably the biggest third down of the night so far for Mount Pleasant coming up. 3rd and 5. And looks like Dewitt jumped off sides. Silly mistake, I think, from the Panthers that might have just given Mount Pleasant the first down.
Big break for Mount Pleasant's offense. Again, another penalty that keeps them in this game.
So now it looks like it's going to be 3rd and 1. So now we'll see what the Oilers dial up. Different scenario now as opposed to 3rd and 6.
Looks like they have an official timeout.
I think they're checking to see whether or not Mount Pleasant will be getting the first down. And they're giving the Oilers the first down, moving the chains. Tell you what, that's big there from the Oilers forcing the mistake. And now, just a minute into this third quarter, the Oilers out from underneath their own goalposts, out with a little bit more room to work. 1st and 10, Mount Pleasant from the 18. Humphrey is in the backfield with Brodychuk. He has 3 of the 4 Oiler touchdowns tonight. It's going to be a handoff to him up the middle. And he is hit after a gain of about, we'll have to check the spot, but looks like they'll give him maybe a yard. No, they won't give him anything. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
It seems like in this second half, Matt Humphrey hasn't really gotten as much space as he did in the first half, which that's a great job by Dewitt, making adjustments, going at half, trying to take away Humphrey's big play abilities.
2nd and 10 from the 18. Broichuk, it's going to be a flip up the middle to Blake Moore. They've run that a couple times tonight, and this one's going to be good for about 7 yards. And it's going up 3rd and 3 now for the Oilers.
Looks like we have a player down for Mount Pleasant.
And the officials are going to take a timeout. We're going to take that timeout with them. We'll be back right after this.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. The injury has been resolved, and the Oilers have it 3rd and 3 from their own 25. See what they dial up here. They got Scooter Polk and Aiden Klein at the top of the screen for now, with Banaski on the near side.
It's a big 3rd down for Mount Pleasant.
Broichuk throwing. It's low and behind Banaski. Miscommunication there between quarterback and receiver. And now a decision for Coach McIntyre as to whether he'll keep it in his playmaker's hands. It looks like he's going to bring on the punt unit, and Broichuk's going to kick it away.
Yeah, just wasn't in rhythm on that throw. I saw it. If you would have caught it, probably would have been a 1st down. Just misses them. You know, it's another big break for DeWitt's defense. And Coach Matt's made a smart decision right now, just punt away.
Coach McIntyre won Saginaw Valley League Coach of the Year. Max Humphrey kicks it away. It's a good boot. And now the return starting. It's Kurtz trying to spin away from Oiler defenders. And he's wrapped up, and now there's a flag coming in. Multiple flags now. We'll have to sort this out. But currently he's at the 44. Logan Zenneberg brought him down. I think he was the 4th or 5th Oiler to get there. And it's going to be a face mask call against the Oilers, and it's going to give DeWitt some extra yards.
And this is a big drive for DeWitt. Get back into this game, make it a tie game. I could see him just chewing the clock. Want to get as much time possession as they want on offense.
First and 10 DeWitt from the Mount Pleasant 41. Oiler crowd getting back into it. And the movement up front. The snap goes back into DeWitt territory, and I think it's going to be a false start against the Panthers. That's exactly what it is. It's going to back the Panthers up 5 yards. That's been something that's happened a fair amount tonight. Panthers have put themselves behind the chains in tough 1st and long situations and then have had trouble recovering from it. So it's going to be 1st and 15 from the 46. .9:47 to go in the football game. Oilers lead it by 7. going to be a handoff on the near side of the field. That was number 27 there from the Panthers, Travis Moore, and got back past the original line of scrimmage. It's going up, looks like about 2nd and 9.
Another misdirection play by Dewitt. Tries to go to the right, but gives it back on that counter action, and gets a nice short gain.
2nd and 9 for Dewitt. 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. They motion him again. Looks like it's Kearns getting ready to take the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Now he's going to pop pass. Oh, it's through his receiver's hands. Dylan Adkins almost hauled it in. Boy, a big chance for DeWitt. I think if he catches that, he takes it to the house to tie the game. And now it's going to be 3rd and 9 for DeWitt. Big break from that Mount Pleasant defense. Something looked a little bit fishy on that play. You could tell from the start. And Kearns almost got it to Adkins.
Yeah, that's a great use of deception, by DeWitt. Hasn't gone to it at all. They usually like to run that every so many times a game, that jump pass. That's a great play call, though. It just untimely error. If you would have had it, you said the same thing. Probably a touchdown.
9:03 to go. 3rd and 9 for the Panthers. Say it a couple times now. This is probably the biggest third down of the game so far. DeWitt looking to extend the drive. Kearns fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it himself. Still fighting. He's going to be brought down short, but now it's 4th and 2. We'll see what happens. Looks like DeWitt's going to keep their offense on the field now. Tell what, the last time they had it 4th and 2, didn't quite get it. So we'll see if they dial up something different or try and keep it in the hands of Bryce Kearns.
I wouldn't be shocked. This would make sense to go to a heavier personnel. I wouldn't be shocked if they go to their single wing offense that they've always wanted to run, or they get into their T look with Kearns as quarterback.
Crowd noise coming from both sides. Big play here for both squads. 4th and 2. Kearns up the middle. Fighting. We'll have to check the spot. The far side official looks to be right at the sticks. It'll depend on the spot. Boy, this is going to be a big call just like the last one. And they're going to have to measure it again.
2 big 4th down plays have all been determined by the chain measurement.
Last time it went in the Oilers' favor. We'll have to see how it goes this time.
MHSAA website. The address is the same.
Tell you what, this would be big if the Panthers came up with the first down, but probably even bigger for the Oilers trying to win their first district title since 2015. Here's the spot.
Plus, get all the feature stories and finals recaps.
First down to win. Tell you what, I think he didn't get that. He didn't get that one by much, just like he was short by not very much on the last one, and now it's going to be first down to win. That's a big conversion for the Panthers.
In these games, in these big games, it's always game of inches. Who can make the plays when it's needed? And it's what it comes down to is who can get it when it's needed.
So back to work for both the offense and the defense. Kearns under center for the Panthers. He's going to hand off. It's Haller trying to follow his blockers. He's nailed by Humphrey. Looks like he got about 2 yards before Humphrey plugged his hole.
A great play by Mount Pleasant's defensive line. Stands up those blockers, creates that little, there's a wall in a way that stops that gap that Haller was trying to run to and makes him go somewhere else for about a 2-yard gain, I think that was.
2nd and 8 here for the Panthers from the 29. 7:24 to go in the football game. Kearns, pitch to Lerner. He is hit behind the line. Big play there from that Oiler defensive front.
Grant Stahl, who makes the first contact, slows that ball carrier up, and the rest of the Mount Pleasant defense cleans it up.
I think that was Kowalik who got there and brought him down at the end. And now another big 3rd down for this DeWitt offense. This one, 9 yards to go. Looks like based on the way the chains are on the far side of the field, this is a long 9 yards. Clock under 7 minutes. The Oilers, nobody's scored since the Oilers scored, I think, their second drive of the third quarter.
Let's look for DeWitt to get to turns. He's out towards the right.
I think that's probably who they're going to target. Larner, pump fakes, pressure coming. Has to hoist for the end zone. Klein to recover. Did he get the foot down? Touchdown, DeWitt.
Wow.
Beckner in the back of the end zone with the toe tap along the boundary, and DeWitt is an extra point away from tying the football game.
What a great play by Elliot Larner. Keeps the play alive, finds him right downfield, throws it to 14.
Brendan Beckner.
Yeah, Brendan Beckner makes a great catch, keeps his 2 feet in bounds. Wow, what a change of momentum.
Oh my. Big extra point now from Soldis. He's missed 1 extra point all year. Can he tie it up? Kick is up. It's good. DeWitt has tied it up. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with the rest of the action right after this.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. Phenomenal play there from the DeWitt Panthers on 3rd and 9, and the game is tied up. 6:25 to go, and now this Oiler offense is going to do something with the football.
I'll say this. I don't care what the score comes down to. This is still a great game.
I think this has probably been one of the best games we've had all year. Great throw, though, from Larner to Beckner. Larner kept the play alive, and Beckner did a nice job. He had beaten Aiden Klein, and he got the foot down in the back of the end zone. Solis to kick it away. And now the Oilers trying to answer with a touchdown of their own. It's a good kick. It's to Humphrey's side of the field, and he'll bring it out from inside the 5. And he's going to get out to, looks like, about the 22-yard line. And now with 6:19 to go, this Oiler offense has a chance to march down the field and possibly give their team the lead.
This is a big drive from Mount Pleasant. 6 minutes. You kind of want to take your time in a way. Get a nice 3-minute drive to make it about a 2-minute drive for DeWitt.
We also know, though, this Oiler defense has played really solid in the second half, and that drive from DeWitt, I don't know the exact time, but that drive felt like it took forever. So we'll have to see how it goes.
What I've said, time possession is probably what DeWitt is leading in right now.
Broychuk, he's going to flip it up the middle of the Moore. He's got a little bit of space. He's out to about the 30-yard line with about 7 yards there on first down. They've run that with some pretty good success so far tonight. And it's going to be about 8 yards there, and it's going to be 2nd and 2.
That nice shovel pass to Blake Moore gets it for a nice gain. 2nd and 2 now.
So Broychuk has Humphrey with him in the backfield. Polk and Klein on the far side of the field. Banaski on the near side. They flip it to Polk, who's going to throw it. Back to Broychuk. It's caught for the first down. Still going. Oh, he just stumbled down. Give the catch to Max Humphrey, but pulling the rabbit out of the hat. First down, Mount Pleasant. Boy, they have really pulled some stuff out of the bag of tricks tonight, and none bigger than that one, I have to say.
Yeah, great play call by Coach Mack. Great trick play. Gets it to your best player. Is brought down by shoestring tackle.
Tell you what, Humphrey almost stayed on his feet there. But how big of an impact has Max Humphrey had tonight with the 3 touchdowns and the presence on both offense and defense? So here we go, 1st and 10 from the 42. Borodachuk throws to Polk, trying to cut it back across the field, fighting his way forward. Only about 2 yards there.
A great pursuit by DeWitt's defense, shutting down that screen that Mount Pleasant was trying to run with Polk. And now it's a little short gain. 2nd and 9.
We also know Tyler Hutchins has the leg if it comes to that. He made a 30-yarder last week against Gaylord. Here we go, 2nd and 9 from Mount Pleasant from the 41. Borodachuk throwing to the sideline. And again, it's low in behind Caden Banaski. There's been a little bit of miscommunication, between those two tonight. And now it's going to be 3rd and long for Mount Pleasant.
It seems like Logan Broach has been really struggling to get the ball on time on those short little routes, and maybe because the ball is wet or something else, but it seems like it's been a lot harder for him in this second half.
Crowd loud on both sides of the field. 3rd and 9 for the Oilers. And DeWitt jumped. Oh, and he shoved that Mount Pleasant lineman to the ground. I think
I saw official and he was signaling false start. Well, let's see.
This is a big call, and it's a false start. Wow. Tell you what, that's a big break for that DeWitt defense, because they had a guy jumped clearly across the line and pushed the offensive lineman to the ground.
But you tend to see that a lot on false starts, just like in the NFL. I see it a lot. The DeWitt player was trying to, when you saw someone move, he thought, hey, ball snapped. Big play.
3rd and 14 for the Oilers. And there's a flag down.
Another fall. It looks like it's another false start.
Oh, this is tough for this Oiler offense. They had it 3rd and 9, and now it's 3rd and 19.
It looked like Broach was trying to get Blake more to motion now, and maybe that caused the false start. I really don't know.
3rd and 19 for the Oilers, 4:25 to go. They're now back into DeWitt territory. And now I think Coach McIntyre is going to take a timeout. His offense has really struggled last few minutes. We're going to take that timeout with them. We'll be back on the other side of this break.
So, I got my start in officiating when a friend told me I should try it. At first, I just did basketball, and I got hooked. Before long, I added baseball, softball, football, and volleyball. I really enjoy giving back to the game, working with kids, and working with my local association to recruit and train new officials. I would like to say to anybody that officiating is a great way to help kids and stay connected to the game. We always need new officials. There's help wanted, just listen.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. The Oilers back-to-back false start penalties, making it 3rd and 19. Not what the Oilers wanted in that situation. And now they're backed up into DeWitt, backed up into their own territory. 4 minutes to go in the football game. 4:25 to be exact. Probably the biggest 3rd down of the night for either team tonight. See what Coach Mack dialed up in that timeout. Borodachuk drops back. Pressure coming. He's going to take off. He's got room. He hurdles the defender's arms. Close to the 1st down.
But it's 4th and manageable in my opinion now. You're into DeWitt's territory. This is when it's kind of tough. In my opinion, for Coach Mack, you have to know how you feel about your offense. I think he might be going for it. Yep, he's going to go for it.
He's bringing in Newbecker and Blake Moore, so we'll see what he does. But wow, big decision there from Borodachuk to take off, and he almost got to the sticks. But really good game there. 15 yards on the ground for Logan Borodachuk.
This is huge.
Both sides of the stands haven't been as loud as this all night. They are ready for this play. 4th and 4, Mount Pleasant. They motion 2 men out.
Got Humphrey on the top.
Broychuk, pressure coming. Throw to the sideline. It's caught. It's caught. Scooter Polk inside the 15. What a call, Coach McIntyre. And the Oilers have the first down. Oh my goodness.
Great throw by Broychuk. Lobs it, gets it right to Polk. Big play. Now there's new life into this offense.
And now this Mount Pleasant offense can take their time. They're now almost into Tyler Hutchins' field goal range. So now you take your time and try and punch it into the end zone, but you have to put points on the board here if you're Mount Pleasant.
If I was Mount Pleasant, my last thing would be to try to take a field goal, but, it depends what happens.
Blake Moore on the flip up the middle. Looks like he got about 4 yards before they stopped his forward progress, maybe 5. But, wow, going back to that, Logan Broychuk had a little bit of trouble tonight on those throws to the sideline, but that one brought Scooter Polk right back to the football and a big-time first down.
Now you're going to see Mount Pleasant try to chew a clock, which is what you want to do. Just under 3 minutes now.
And I believe you had said earlier, did you say it was 5 straight district titles for Dewitt?
I did 7.
So that streak is on the line tonight in Mount Pleasant. Oilers looking to add on a 10th win on the year. Brodychuk rolling. Throwing to Aiden Klein is caught. Touchdown Mount Pleasant. Aiden Klein right at the goal line gives the Oilers the lead.
Now let's see if this Mount Pleasant defense can be big and stuff and get stop on defense. Remember, you still got time. If you're DeWitt, 2:33, you still got enough time to score and get it to a tie game. But what a throw, what a catch by Aiden Klein.
He was the guy that actually got beat on that touchdown catch for the Panthers, and coming up big with the score. Tyler Hutchins' kick is up, and it is good. The Oilers retake the lead. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with the final 2:33 right after this.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. The Oilers marching it down the field. They had that really big 3rd and 4th down. They actually convert on 3rd down, but the big 4th down play set up the Aiden Klein touchdown, and the Oilers now lead at 35-28. 7 straight district titles now on the line for DeWitt. And now with 2:33 to go, you're going to run the 2-minute drill and try and get back in this football game.
And if you're DeWitt, you're not really in a hurry, but you can't be taking your time. Just about enough for a 2-minute drill, in my opinion, but not so much if you're hurrying, but you just got to know.
Beckner on the return now for the Panthers. Trying to bounce it to the outside. He is brought down. No, he spins out of it. Still going. Now he's brought down inside the 15. Newbecker slings him to the ground. And now with all 2s on the clock, DeWitt will start way back in their own territory.
I'll say this, DeWitt has a lot of yards to get to for a touchdown now. But I think it's going to come down to the final play, in my opinion.
This Oiler crowd starting to feel it. They're on their feet. And now we're going to have to see DeWitt do something they haven't done tremendously tonight. They have the passing touchdown, but they've also thrown a pick 6. So we'll see what happens here. Crowd on their feet making noise for the Oilers. Biggest drive of the night for DeWitt. Looks like a ton of movement. Adkins' low throw is caught. And the clock will wind still. Big thing for the Panthers, they still have 2 timeouts left up on that scoreboard. And not only are the Oilers playing the Panthers right now, they're also fighting the clock. They want that clock to go down as quickly as possible. Clock now down under 2 minutes. 2nd and 4 for DeWitt.
If you're Mount Pleasant, you gotta stay back. Don't give up anything big. Know your job.
Snap. Here comes the throw from Adkins. Deep down the field. Aiden Klein. Oh, it's just outside of his reach. He just caught the touchdown pass, and good coverage out there for Aiden Klein. And now a big 3rd and 4 coming up for DeWitt.
I wouldn't be a bit shocked them try to see them get Kearns involved in this pass game, or they could run it 3rd and 4. Depends how you feel and the look they give you.
Oh shoot! Here we go. Officials having to take a pause. There was something that rolled onto the field back inside the 5-yard line. Here we go, 3rd and 4 DeWitt. 1:44 to go. It's almost like a switch has been flipped ever since that 4th down conversion. This Oilers offense and defense has been really strong.
Timeout.
Timeout DeWitt. They're feeling the pressure. Wow. We're going to stay right here. DeWitt, Mount Pleasant, they played last year in the district final. DeWitt won big. We knew this was going to be a good game, but I don't think I realized how good of a game this actually was going to be. Wow. So the winner of this game plays the winner of Fenton and Linden. We don't know the current score down there in Linden, but last we knew it was 28-0 in favor of the Eagles. Big 3rd and 4 now for DeWitt. From their own 20. Here we go. This play could decide the football game. Minute 44 to go. Adkins gonna throw it. It's caught. 1st down DeWitt. Out of bounds. Abram Larner made the catch. Nice play design there from the Panthers. The quick little out route. And now with 1:40 to go, they have the 1st down.
Yeah, nice, good play call. Not anything too big. Just takes what the defense gives them and gets a nice short gain. But it gets out of bounds, too. Stops clock.
Here we go. DeWitt, 1st down at the 26. Still a long way to go. And they have 1 timeout to go the length of the field.
This is when you start to see DeWitt try to use the sideline to their advantage. Try to get out of bounds and try to conserve time, excuse me.
Aikens looking down the field, steps up in the pocket. And that pass is out of the reach of Kearns. Scooter Polk was out there, and so was Logan Zenneberg. They made sure Kearns couldn't come up with the football, and now it's 2nd and 10. It'll be interesting to see what DeWitt does here. They haven't really thrown the ball that much tonight up until this drive. They've been a really run-heavy team, so we'll see how many passes they can convert. Still plenty of time. 1.5 minutes is a long time to march down the field. 2nd and 10 for the Panthers from the 26. Might be the best crowd that we've had all year at Community Memorial Stadium.
Got timeout. Yeah, timeout taken by Mount Pleasant.
And you know what? We're going to take this timeout with the Oilers. We'll be back after this short break.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. 2nd and 10 for DeWitt from the 26 with 1.5 minutes to go. We mentioned it before the break. This might be the best crowd the Oilers have had at home all year. District final. 7 straight district titles on the line for the Panthers. Atkins looking to throw. It's caught on the sideline by Kearns. And it's another 1st down for the Panthers.
They're starting to use those sideline routes to their advantage to get this clock stopped and conserve some time.
Oiler fans not very happy. The clock actually never started on that play. It still reads 1:33 seconds. Oiler fans not happy about that. They want this clock to wind.
Yeah, the official wants it to run.
They want it to run for at least a couple seconds, and now they're going to stop it. They're going to stop it at 1:26. So here we go. 1st and 10 to win from the 37. Atkins dropping back. Pressure coming. He escapes the sack. He lost his helmet. And now he was dropped in the backfield.
But there's a flag. It might be on that play where his helmet came off. They might give him for a face mask.
I believe you're right, Jack. I'm not sure how his helmet would come off without that. Honestly, he was just hit that hard.
But Coach Matt seems very upset.
Coach Mack out basically at the numbers. His headset and his hat are off. Not happy about that face mask call. And now Dewitt's out to about the 50-yard line. Tell you what, Coach Mack is not happy down there on the sideline.
But yeah, another big break for DeWitt's offense.
Had a couple of those tonight. So 1st and 10 from the 49, just over a minute to go.
Well, this is what's going on in my head. Let's say DeWitt scores. Do they go for 2 or not?
I wouldn't, just based on the fact that Mount Pleasant's defense has been good, but you also have to think, playoff football, every inch counts. It'll be interesting, but they're not down there yet. 1:19 to go. 1st and 10 from the 49. Atkins dropping back. Pressure coming from Parks. He's hit and brought down. Wrestled to the ground, and now 1:10 to go. See what DeWitt does. They have that one timeout. Looks like they're going to hustle here. Clock now officially down to 1 minute left. This is what playoff football is made of. 35-28. Atkins dropping back. He's going to keep it again. Trying to bounce it. Throws. It's caught. 1st down DeWitt. Nice job recognizing the space left there by the defense, by the Panthers. And now they're down to about the 34. It was Elliott Larner on the catch. And now they're going to have to spike the ball. But now, 41.9 to go. DeWitt making it interesting. Excuse me, that was Larner who's been throwing those passes for DeWitt. I think we've been calling him Dylan Atkins. Dylan Atkins, number 7.
Let's see what DeWitt draws up. We had a bait 1st down now. Let's see what they draw up. I wouldn't be shocked to see him take a shot. They're going to try to use the sideline, though, what I've been saying a lot. They're going to try to use it or take a shot, hurry it up, and then spike the ball.
41 seconds to go. Oilers by 7. A very select few sitting. Elliott Larner steps up, throws. Over the middle. Oh, he was almost picked by Benaski. Oh, my goodness. Caden Benaski broke it up. Almost picked it off. And now it's 3rd and 10 for DeWitt. That spike cost him a down. And now, big 3rd down coming for DeWitt with 30 seconds to go.
3rd and 10.
From the 34. See what they do.
And remember, you got to try to get a 1st down here. You can't throw anything short. If you do, maybe you can get to line spike, I'll say that, but you got to have good situational awareness.
3rd and 10 for the Panthers from the 34. Larner dropping back. Pressure comes. He's going to have to throw it. It's caught. 1st down, still going. And he's dropped inside the 15.
There's a spike, I think.
I think they're going to, I think you're right, Jack. I think they're going to have to save that timeout. But wow, nice job again finding the soft spot in the defense. And DeWitt, wow, they've had a nice series of plays. And now with 26 seconds left, they're deep in Oiler territory.
And remember, DeWitt has 1 timeout remaining, so they have to be smart to when they use this timeout.
I think if you're Larner back in the pocket, yes, you want to try and you don't want to get sacked, but you also have to be smart with your passes at this point. Because with 25 seconds to go, a pick basically ends it. And so does a sack wouldn't because you have the timeout, but a pick definitely makes this a game that the Oilers are going to win.
Let's see if they go to turns.
Would not be surprised at all. Larner in the backfield. Elliott Larner. Dropping back. Pressure coming. He's hit. He's brought down by Andrew Dennis. Dennis got there, and now Dewitt takes the timeout with 15 seconds to play. Big from that Oiler defense. Wow. That Oiler defense has really stepped up in the second half. And now it's going to be third and looks like about 14 now for the Panthers. Looks like they're going to make it 13 yards now. So now, with the 25 seconds left, tell you what, it looked like DeWitt was going to have their hands full down inside the 15, but they've marched it right down the field.
Let's see what Coach Zimmerman draws up, because it's still, you got 3rd and 12, so it's either you basically get to about the 1 yard line, I think, for a first down. Basically, you need a touchdown, in my opinion, to stop the clock, or you got to get
the first down or get out of bounds.
So remember, they don't have any timeouts left, so you cannot take a sack here.
All right, Elliott Larner, 3rd and 12 from the 14. Dropping back, Larner, pressure coming, fires to the sideline, caught, he's out of bounds inside the 1.
But he didn't get it, yeah.
He did not reach the ball over the pylon. I'm really surprised. And now DeWitt with first down. You can't really run the ball here, so you're going to have to throw it.
Yeah, you're probably going to see. You probably have enough for 2 plays, in my opinion. Maybe 3.
If you throw it on all 3, I think you have time for 3. A run, if you run it, you're basically counting on getting in on that play.
Let's see where that ball is. Let's see where that ball is placed. It's right about basically the 1 yard line. So you could get in your heavy personnel, get Kearns, quarterback run, and try to get up the middle. But it's risky. It really is.
I mean, the other thing you might see them try is, you saw it earlier, they tried the jump pass with Adkins up the middle.
That would be, yeah, you're right.
Big first down from the 1 yard line. 10 seconds remain in the football game between Mount Pleasant and DeWitt.
Big goal line stand here by Mount Pleasant.
Here we go. Panthers need to get into the end zone. It's Kearns in the backfield with Abram Larner.
Yep,
he's going to keep it. It's the jump pass. It's caught. Touchdown, DeWitt. 5 seconds to go, and the Panthers are within 1. They did the jump pass to Atkins. Excuse me, it wasn't Atkins. It was Jonathan Warner in the back of the end zone. They threw the jump pass, and now I think they're just going to take the extra point and not risk it. And we might get to see overtime, Jack.
First time, and on any broadcast, I got to do overtime in football. I remember, basically, overtime in football is you get it to 25, and it's really confusing. I think we have the rules. Mr. Onsat's trying to get it to us.
So here we go. Solis for the extra point. He's only missed 1 all season. This is probably the biggest one. Kick up. I think it's good, and DeWitt has tied the football game with 5.9 seconds to go. Oh my goodness.
Wow, what most exciting 2 minutes and 30 seconds in this game. You know, so many plays. DeWitt never gave up. Ran a great jump pass, like you said.
So now, Mount Pleasant, they're going to receive the kick. If you're the Oilers, do you try and run a hook and ladder on the return, or do you not risk the fumble?
You got to be smart. And knowing DeWitt, they're probably going to squib kick it. It's just they don't want to take it deep. Remember, you squib it, I think the clock will run usually.
Once you touch the ball, the clock will run. So, but what a job by DeWitt on the 2-minute drill. That was a really solid sequence, and they ran the jump pass, caught the defense off guard. He was wide open, and again, got the foot down in the back of the end zone, and now we're tied. So we'll see what Soltis does here with the kick. I think you're right, Jack. He'll probably just squib it, but we'll see if the Oilers run the hook and ladder. Probably unlikely, but you never know. We've seen crazier things.
All I'm saying is if you're DeWitt, you try not to get to Humphrey, which knowing them, they're not going to.
That really brought the energy back to that DeWitt sideline. This Oiler crowd was fired up after that score, and DeWitt marched it right down the field, proving why they've won 7 straight district titles and have been a perennial contender. And so now, 5.9 to go. So Soltis to kick it away, and it looks like, yep, it's going to be a squib, and it's going to go right to Max Humphrey. See what happens. Humphrey with some room. Humphrey still going, and he's brought down zeros on the clock, and we're headed to overtime here in Mount Pleasant. So in high school football for overtime, each team will get an offensive first and goal from the 10-yard line and 1 timeout. The only way a team can pick up a first down is on a personal foul, and a lost fumble or an intercepted pass will end their series. The defense cannot return the ball, so there are no pick sixes in play. A coin toss will start the process, and then the choices will alternate with the additional overtimes. And unlike college football, there's never the requirement for a team to go for 2. That's the big key.
Yeah, so they'll do a coin toss in the middle, and usually if you win the coin toss, you want to be on defense first.
And honestly, I think the interesting point about this is the fact that the defense cannot advance a fumble or an interception taking a pick 6 out of play.
But I was used to, I always thought it was a college overtime. We start at 25 and you just go.
Well, this should certainly be interesting. First time we've seen overtime this year for Mount Pleasant. DeWitt, not so much. They lost in overtime at Detroit Catholic Central in a really good game to a really good team. So they have some overtime experience this season.
And this is probably one of the rare times Mount Pleasant has had an overtime game. I think maybe one of the last times they had an overtime win, I think, was versus Flint Carmen. And that was, I heard that was a crazy game. I think that was probably in 2014, maybe 15.
So Aiden Klein, Max Humphrey, and Blake Moore, along with Scooter Polk, going out there for the coin toss for the Oilers. Tell you what, this has been a great football game, Jack.
Yeah, like I said, no matter what the outcome of this game is, it's still a hard-fought game.
Still waiting for the coin toss here. Tell you what, that touchdown really deflated this Oilers sideline. There was a ton of noise coming from these fans and from the students, and now after that touchdown, it's really quieted down around the stadium. So we'll see what happens here. Oilers' offense has been pretty good the last couple minutes, though, so we'll see what they dial up. Officials still getting ready for this coin toss. Probably about another minute till it's going to happen, as you can see on the clock here in the stadium. So Aiden Klein getting ready to go out there for the coin toss for the Oilers. It's Bryce Kearns going out there for DeWitt. So here we go. This is big. So, Jack, if this is you, what would be your decision if you were to win the coin toss?
Win a coin toss, every time it's usually an overtime in college, you want it to be on defense first, because if that team scores, you get the ball back, and if you score again, usually you get the ball back too. And
I think with the way the Oilers' defense has played, besides that last drive, giving up a couple of those out routes, which really you're just trying to prevent the big play. I think they've played really solid in the second half. And looks like the Oilers have won the toss. And I think Dewitt is going to start on offense. No official signal yet, but I believe that might have been what Aiden Klein just did.
And remember, you start at the 10-yard line, so it's first and goal, really. So it's not like it used to be where you're at the 25 and you would go from there. It's a lot closer and shorter now. And I think the reason why they do it is to not have the games go as long. You know, like they do in college. Now, if you score so many times, when it goes into a certain regulation, you only have to go. You have to go for 2, and they really have been told they did that to stop injuries.
So here we go. DeWitt has it first and goal from the 10-yard line. Clock is off, and as I said, the only way to get a first down is from a personal foul. This has been a crazy ball game. Winner plays the winner of Fenton and Linden, And the last time we saw that score, it was 28-0 in favor of the Linden Eagles. So the winner could possibly, if Mount Pleasant wins this game, they could possibly play Linden for a second time. But here we go. Here's DeWitt's offense. See what they dial up. It's going to be a handoff. No, it's going to be a keeper from Kurtz. He is leveled. Zetterberg came in and took out his legs. And wow, big play there from number 9, Logan Zetterberg. And it's still going to be second and goal from the 10.
I think the student sections making their way all the way down to the other side to try and cheer their team on.
Looks like the Mount Pleasant student section might move on to the hill on the far end of the field. Not sure yet. There's a whole procession of them moving down the track, but now they're out there at about the line of scrimmage. This is really interesting. Overtime playoff football.
It seems like they're trying to stop it. Wait, let's see.
And the run. Abram Larnick still fighting. Larner pushed out at about the 5, and now it's third and goal from the 5. These Oilers students, they are really ready to make some noise for their team. They have come out in large numbers tonight, as they have all season long.
But you got to remember, they cannot get too close to the field. If they do,
it's true.
That's sideline warning.
There are people trying to move them away from the field. Although I have to imagine if they win this game in overtime, we might be rushing the field. So we'll have to see, though. Here it is, third and goal for the Panthers from the 4. Probably the biggest third down of the night so far. They motion the men across the field again. Kurtz takes the snap, takes it himself up the middle to the end zone. He's brought down short of the goal line, and he's down at the 1. So now the decision here for DeWitt, do you take the points and trust your defense, or do you go for it?
You're at the time right now, you're about at the 2-yard line. It's kind of why not go for it, but at the same time, it depends how you feel about your offense. If you feel you can get 2 yards, then go. But if you don't, yeah, but DeWitt's going to take a timeout to think about this.
You know what, we're going to take this short timeout with them. We'll be back right after this.
You can be a referee. Back.
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. We're in overtime between DeWitt and Mount Pleasant. And the Oilers, big goal line stand coming. 4th and goal from the 1. If DeWitt gets in, we keep playing. If the Oilers defense gets the stop, this is huge. And now
a timeout taken by Mount Pleasant. Looks like a substitution issue.
And now looks like Coach Mack. Yep, you're right. He's going to take that timeout.
Luckily they had that timeout because if they didn't, it probably would have been a touchdown.
So now we'll have another stoppage in play.
Maybe you've seen the videos of the Specialized Sports Parent Support Group.
Wow, this has just been a great football game. I think this is the best game I've seen all year long. That Linden game that we did a couple weeks ago, that was good. I think this has beat that out for best game of the year.
Well, it's the first time a Mount Pleasant game has gone to overtime in a while. That's the exciting thing.
So DeWitt from the 1 yard line has it 4th and goal. So here we go. Both teams out of timeouts. Here's the play. 4th down from the 1. So the interesting dynamic is now, if the Oilers get the stop, they don't need the touchdown. So this is really big for DeWitt to get in the end zone. And now more substitution issues from Mount Pleasant. Zenneberg hustling on late.
Yeah, trying to get lined up.
Here we go. Here come the Panthers. They motion the men across. It's going to be Kearns to take the snap.
Yeah, sell out for the run.
Here he comes up the middle. End zone. Touchdown, DeWitt. They get in, and they take the lead. I think that's the first time they've had the lead since the second quarter, and now they lead at 41-35. So Soltis is going to come on to take the PAT. Again, he's only missed one all season long, so he's a good kicker.
But these PATs matter now.
Yes, definitely. Here we go, Soltis to kick it away, trying to give his team a 7-point lead. Ryder Thompson to hold. That kick is up. It's good. DeWitt leads by 7. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back after these short messages. Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. We're in overtime between Mount Pleasant and DeWitt. DeWitt just took the lead. Brennan Kurtz just took it in. He's had a really good night, Bryce Kurtz has, and took it in for the score. Barodichuk throwing, end zone. It was almost caught by Aiden Klein. It was broken up at the last second.
Looks like Klein just slipped.
Oh, that was number 42, Jaden Benger. Jaden Bender, the big play. The freshman makes the play to extend the game. That's a big play. Second and goal, Mount Pleasant. Broychuk is under center. He's going to hand it off. No, he's going to fake the handoff. Rolling, throwing, lofting, end zone. Oh, Scooter Poole caught it.
He might be out.
He dropped it, and he was out of bounds. Oh, my. So now it's third and goal for Mount Pleasant. This DeWitt defense has been solid.
And what makes it tougher is you're at your 10-yard line, so you can't really throw a long pass, and the side. Now it's a lot smaller for your line to gain in a way, because you got to be remembering, out of bounds, all that other stuff.
It almost makes it easier on the defense because there's less area to cover.
Yeah.
So here we go. Third and goal, Mount Pleasant from the 10. This is a really big play. They've taken shots to the end zone every play so far. It's going to be a fake handoff to Humphrey. Polk trying to throw it. He's dropped for the sack. Oh, my goodness.
Great play by DeWitt's defense. saw the trick play, stayed home, made a big play. Now it's a big 4th down for Mount Pleasant.
We saw the big 4th down play back in regulation. They got the 1st down to Scooter Polk, and this one is for the game. That one was big. This one's even bigger. 7 state district titles on the line for Dewitt. And the Oilers looking for revenge after last season. This is the game right here. Baronichuk dropping back. Stepping up. He's going to have to throw it. End zone. It's caught by Scooter Polk. Oh, my. Touchdown, Mount Pleasant.
Wow. What a pass play. I thought, in the double coverage, Scooter Polk, physical, gets that ball up. Wow.
Tell you what, I don't get to control ESPN, but SportsCenter Top 10. What a catch. And now
this game's never going to end.
And now the all-important extra point coming from Hutchins.
But this is big here. You got to make this.
High snap. The kick is up. It's good. We're heading to a second overtime. We're going to take a quick break. We have more football coming. Stay tuned.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. Tell you what, I'm speechless. This, I think, is the best football game I have ever been to in person. Trusting your playmaker is what Logan Broichuk did. He trusted Scooter Polk, and in double coverage, Scooter Polk with the touchdown catch, and the Oilers extend the game.
And I think Mount Pleasant now will get the ball back. They chose defense to start out. I think they will get the ball back now. This is new kind of overtime rules for me.
Tell you what, that play might have proved why Scooter Polk won Player of the Year in the Saginaw Valley League.
Yep, Mount Pleasant has the ball. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I could be wrong, but if Mount Pleasant were to score, I think DeWitt gets another chance.
Yep, they will. So Oilers, it's big for them to score here and not put a ton of pressure on their defense. So Oilers will have it 1st and goal again from the 10. It's kind of an interesting scene because usually, if you look down there at the corner, the Mount Pleasant student section is usually at the north end of the field. They're now gathered on the sideline at the south end, head on with the DeWitt students who are also on the sideline. So here we go. 1st and goal. Brochuk motions. It's going to be Polk in the backfield. He's going to hand it off to Humphrey, trying to get to the edge. He has green grass, and he's tripped up from behind.
I saw the hole too, but great tackle by DeWitt's defense. Just one play away, I'd say. I thought he was going to take it to the house.
Oh, boy, that was a great shoestring tackle there from the Panthers. But, the big thing there is you got the 6 yards, and now you're on the 4-yard line, so you have less distance to go.
Let's see what Mount Pleasant does. Let's try to see if they can find a mismatch.
Tell you what. Wow, I am just speechless still from that Scooter Polk touchdown. Here we go. Brodachuk is going to hand it off to Scooter Polk, fighting for the edge. In for the goal line. Touchdown, Scooter Polk in Mount Pleasant.
Yep, they're going for one.
And I think Mount Pleasant.
But great use of your personnel by Coach Mack. You don't really see Scooter be a running back in that T formation. Gets it to him, keeps fighting, and just gets it to the end zone.
Scooter Polk, if there was an MVP award given away for tonight's game, I think he might win it.
Him and Matt Humphreys probably pretty close, but same with DeWitt. They've
Kearns has had a great game.
Both teams have been playing so out of their minds in a way.
I am speechless right now with the great game that we've seen. So Hutchins, the kick is up, and it is good. Mount Pleasant takes the lead 49-42. We'll be back with DeWitt's possession after this.
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. Tell you what, there's still some season to go. This could win Game of the Year award if there was one. Oilers lead at 49-42, and now it's DeWitt's ball. Here we go. Now the Oilers defense trying to get the stop. They motion the man across again. Kearns takes the low snap, fakes the handoff, fighting for the pylon. He's in. Touchdown, DeWitt. Immediately the Panthers strike. And just like that, they're an extra point away from sending it to a third overtime.
Don't keep DeWitt out of this game ever. That just goes to show.
Bryce Kearns, we just talked about Scooter Polk's playmaking ability. Bryce Kearns has been clutch tonight for the Panthers.
He's really been a huge playmaker on that play. You saw it. They're trying to deal with that misdirection again. He keeps it right behind his pants and takes it for a quarterback keeper. Now you're seeing Coach Matt taking a timeout. So he might want to ice this kicker. I don't know.
I also think if you're Mount Pleasant, we've seen everything tonight from both sides. I would watch the fake if I were the Oilers. I think that honestly, this game has gone on so long. I think the coaches are probably close to running out of trick plays that they can use, but expect the unexpected.
You're right, but if I was Coach Zimmerman, you got to try to play it smart. The only time I would go for 2 is this game kept going into more regulations. You know, someone's got to end it eventually, right?
Although, with the way things have been going now, who knows? We could still be here in an hour, Jack. This has been a great football game.
And a score update. Midland is district champs. They won 41-34 versus Waterford Mont.
So a big win for the Chemics, co-champions of the Saginaw Valley League Blue with Mount Pleasant. And now Soldis to take the extra point. Again, he's missed 1 extra point on the season. He had attempted 43 on the night coming into this, and now kicking his 7th of the night. Thompson to hold. Here it is, the kick. On the way, it's good. DeWitt ties it up.
Ice in his veins.
Wow. Tell you what, this has been, I've said it like 7 times now, this has been a great football game. Both teams not giving up. The Oilers, just when it looked like the Panthers might have finished it off, threw it to Scooter Polk in double coverage and kept the game alive. Bryce Kearns comes right back after the Scooter Polk running touchdown. And now, here we go. Linden, we just received the score update, has won their district. So the winner of this one, if there ever is a winner decided, will play Linden. But here we go, getting ready for the 3rd overtime. DeWitt's going to start on offense.
And I'm forgetting, look at the scoreboard. It's 49-49. I was forgetting about that for a second.
It was 35-35 at the end of regulation. We've already seen 2 touchdowns scored. And now, a big chance for this Oiler defense to possibly give their offense a chance to win it on the next possession.
You gotta have good eye discipline if you're Mount Pleasant right now. Don't
Definitely
fall for the misdirection.
And they motion the man across again. It's Kearns. It's gonna be a keeper on the far side. It's Larner, Abram Larner, still fighting to the 5, pushing the pile, and they're gonna blow the whistle. Forward progress has stopped. It's gonna be 2nd down.
It's just 2 teams showing their will. Who wants it more? But yeah, nice end around to number 5, I think.
Yeah, Abram Larner.
Yeah, Larner.
He's had a solid night himself as well for the Panthers. So here we go, 2nd and goal for DeWitt. Winner is going to play the Linden Eagles. Here we go from the 6-yard line. And now a false start.
False start, I think.
Not sure what happened there. I think everybody but the center moved that time for DeWitt. And it's going to back him up 5 yards. That's not what you wanted if you're the Panthers.
No, now it makes it a harder situation. Just DeWitt, in a way, their offense kind of favors overtime. Just you start the 10-yard line. They're known for being a straight, run-heavy team with heavier personnel, so it really works in their favor. But now, behind the chains in a way.
And they've struggled tonight when they've been behind the chains, so we'll see what happens. Wow, this has been a great football game. Here comes DeWitt for the 2nd and 12. Kurtz is going to fake the pitch. He's going to keep it himself up the middle. End zone. Touchdown, DeWitt. Ice in his veins. Bryce Kurtz into the end zone again. And DeWitt leads at 55-49.
Like I said, Bryce turns, always a playmaker. Sees the hole, takes advantage of it. Big touchdown. Boy, is this game ever going to end?
Well, at the current moment, it doesn't look likely. But here it is. Solis on for the extra point. Solis to extend the lead to 7. Thompson to hold. It's a low snap. The kick is up. It's good, and DeWitt leads at 56-49. We'll take a break. We'll be back after this.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School's Community Memorial Stadium. The Oilers getting ready for their possession here in the 3rd overtime. Barodachuk throwing, end zone, and there's Oiler fans holding. They were holding Aiden Klein, and there's no call. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
I saw it too. I don't know if it was as much because, it was tough. It was kind of both guys kind of fighting it out. But, second down again.
And really at this point, I feel like these officials are going to be have to really be conscious of what they're calling, because really any penalty could make or break the game for either team.
It's big.
All right. Scooter Polk, Newbecker, and Humphrey behind Barodachuk in the backfield. They're going to motion again. It's going to be Polk to receive the snap. He's going to hand off to Humphrey. Not much room, and he's drilled at the 9. Tell you what, the last time they ran that play, it was for a touchdown. This one, I think, didn't really get much more than a yard.
Big 3rd down here from Mount Pleasant. But hey, we've seen crazier on that fourth down where Barodachuk kept the play alive and threw it up to Stuart Polk. Well, let's see what Mount Pleasant wants to do on offense.
This is a big 3rd down for the Oilers, though.
Or the worst thing that happens is, let's say you get closer to the line to gain.
It's true.
If you're Mount Pleasant, I'd want a touchdown.
You really need to gain positive yards here if you're the Oilers. Whether that be getting into the end zone or getting really close. Here we go. Barodachuk in the backfield with Humphrey from the 9. 3rd overtime. Snap to Barodachuk. Rolling. Throwing. It's broken up at the last possible second again. Bender, the freshman, again on the edge. And now another big 4th down for this Oiler offense.
And if you're Coach Mack, you got to try to find Stuart Polk. You got to try to get it into your best player's hands. Try to get to Polk on an out route or get it to Matt Humphrey. But we've seen crazier, haven't we?
And really anything is available at this point for Barodachuk. If it's open to run it. Find your best playmaker. This is the game right here. 4th and 9. 4th and goal from the 9. Here we go. Winner of this game plays Linden.
Timeout.
Coach McIntyre is going to take his timeout.
Try to catch him with that hard count.
You know what? We're going to take that break with him. We'll be back after this.
So, I got my start in officiating when a friend told me I should try it. At first, I just did basketball, and I got hooked. Before long, I added baseball, softball, football, and volleyball. I really enjoy giving back to the game, working with kids, and working with my local association to recruit and train new officials. I would like to say to anybody that officiating is a great way to help kids and stay connected to the game. We always need new officials. There's help wanted, just listen.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. This is the game right here, 4th and goal from the 9. I think this has been the craziest game we've called all season long. It's the 3rd overtime, and DeWitt leads it by 7. So, the Oilers, if they get in, they tie the game. The only way for them to not get in and get a first down is from a personal foul. So here we go. 4th and goal from the 9. What do the Oilers draw up in the timeout? Broychuk rolling. It's Polk. It's way over his head. And DeWitt's going to win the football game. The Oilers' run is over. It's 8 straight district titles for DeWitt. They win the thriller in overtime.
Wow, what a game. You got to take your hat off to both teams. Both teams kept fighting. Nobody's ever out of game. Give a lot of credit to DeWitt. Give a ton of credit to Mount Pleasant. No one's got anything to hang their heads on. Both teams play their butts off.
So tough.
What a game.
So tough for guys like Max Humphrey and Scooter Polk, though. Final home game. Played their hearts out. Probably played the best games of the season for both of them. And DeWitt is headed to Linden to take on the Eagles. They win their 8th straight district title. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed tonight's coverage of the Michigan High School Football District Finals, and we hope that you enjoyed our coverage. On behalf of our entire school broadcasting program crew, thank you for tuning in all season long to watch Oiler football. Thank you for tuning in, and have a good night.